What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another day, another episode of the Daily Grind. I'm your host, 30NSG, and on today's show, we're going to be talking about how Epic Games, Dauntless, Hail Mary, how the Awakening update killed off Monster Hunter like Dauntless. So we're going to talk about that. That's from Windows Central. We're going to talk about Sony finally surrenders PSN accounts, was optional for games on Steam, including Spider-Man. So we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about new in-game content incentivizes people coming to PlayStation games on PC. We're going to talk about Xbox Q2 financial 25 or fiscal year 2025 revenue. Game revenue is down 7% year over year, but Game Pass is still grew. It's up. So we'll talk about that as well. And then we're going to talk about Overwatch 2 prepares to share groundbreaking PvP gameplay changes. So we'll talk about that as well. If you guys like what we do here, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. We just cover news stories, have conversations. If you like it, hit that like button. If you like to go above and beyond that, hit the subscribe button. If you like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. We do appreciate you very much. We do live streams, uploads, podcasts. We moved all the gameplay live streams that we do like on Monday nights, Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights. That's over on our other channel, 30 and Still Gaming. We're putting that as the gaming channel. This is the live show. So you'll get the live podcasts here. You'll get the uploads here as well from the breakout videos of this. What's going on, chat? What's going on, Travis? What's going on, Jay Breezy? Super Dave, Hilly. Who am I missing? Eclipse. Did I say Super Dave? I did say Super Dave. There's Super Dave. Sarge, what's going on, Sarge? Robert Jones, Roic, Kylo, Wonder Rose, Noob Tech Guy, what's going on? Good morning. Let's see what you guys are saying in chat here. 30. Here's a Travis says here's a fun conversation. Was Hardline a good game, even if not a good Battlefield? No, to me it wasn't a good game. It wasn't a good game. But then again, I'm biased because I was looking for a Battlefield game and it wasn't a Battlefield game. So I can't really tell you my honest opinion on it because they sold it as Battlefield. So it failed. It failed for the Battlefield game. Kylo says that the 5090s are hard to get, or 5080s are hard to get. Well, I figured that would be. Anytime they announce new graphics cards, I never, ever, anytime anything gets announced electronic-wise, I don't care if it's a thumb drive, television set, a graphics card, you're going to be in the 0.00001% of people getting these new things when they're out, if you're lucky. Okay, I remember I was looking for when the 30 series came out. Okay, I showed up to like Best Buy to try to get it. They had like 2 in stock. There's 30 people in line. Yet everyone just stands in line. I was just like, nah, I'm out. Right? Happened with the 20 series, happened the 10 series, 20 series, 30 series, 40 series, 50 series. Gonna happen. You just got to sit back and wait because unless you can actually like guarantee yourself a spot, there's no way you're getting it. Unless it's the PlayStation 5 Pro. Right. Right. All right. Yesterday, we did a story about Anthony Mackie about Brave New World, Captain America and the Brave New World, right? I had that uploaded over on our other channel, Nerding with 30, which is like entertainment type stuff. We do this as a live show. We do breakout videos for the other channels and whatnot. And yesterday I said that Captain America, is what he stands for is not about, because Mackie, the way he was talking about like Captain America doesn't stand for America. I wouldn't put it for America. And I was just like, what? Right? So, and I said Captain America doesn't represent the government. It doesn't represent the person in office. It represents the people that live in America, and that's what it represents. Okay, so I happened to be scrolling this morning, and I saw it just came out like an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago. Okay, and there's an article from Screen Rant. Okay, from Screen Rant, and on the Screen Rant it says, "What does Captain America really stand for? Marvel already told us." Okay. And in this issue, this is from the Amazing Spider-Man 537. Okay. This is what Captain America says, okay? It doesn't matter what the press says. It doesn't matter what the politicians or the mob say. It doesn't matter if the whole country decides that something's wrong is something's right, okay? The nation was founded on principle above all else and requirement, okay, that is stand for up for what we believe in, no matter the odds or the consequences. Okay, when the mob and the press and the whole world tell you to move, your job is to plant yourself like a tree besides the river of truth and tell the whole world, no, you move. Okay, like Captain America represents what America is supposed to represent, hence why he's Captain America. Doesn't keep the values of the politicians, if you like it or not. He doesn't represent the politicians, okay, or the leaders. Okay, he represents the people, and this is what they are. So this is why it was so like, what is he saying? Okay, and I don't know. Again, I said it yesterday in my video. I don't know if he's being fed these things to say these things, but he had an example yesterday about being a 5-year-old in the backyard playing with swords and imaginary dragons and stuff, and that's exactly what comics are. That's exactly what toys are. And for some strange reason, I don't know why, okay, the toy companies, the comic companies, the entertainment companies, okay, sure, you could say that the entertainment industry has always been propaganda, right? Hence, that's what he was created for back in the war days, okay? Then canceled and brought back in the 50s, okay? But these companies have no idea what they're doing or what they have. They just a conglomerate company that just pumps out these things, and they think they're saying the right things, but they have no connection with the actual people that give them their money, which is just absurd. Because obviously, if you like something, you're going to pay for it, and if you pay for it, they're going to make more of it. Okay. Instead, you have tactics. What they do is they make a show, make a book, make a whatever. Okay. They tell you it's good. Right? They pay people to tell you it's good. And then they tell you that season 2, season 3, season 5 is in production ahead of time because that gets you hyped, right? That gets you hyped. You see something, right? And they're like, oh, right? And they tease you before even the other one is even out and has shown that people actually like it. They show the first episode or the second episode, and then all of a sudden, they're like, oh, yeah, we already have a season 2 and season 3. These are tactics done by the industry. Believe me, I used to work in the industry, okay? And when they have and announce a season 2 of a show before season 1's even out or the first couple of episodes are out, that's what these corporations do. That's what Disney does, okay? So it doesn't surprise me that Anthony Mackie was on stage saying these things because he's being told to say these things, and it goes against what I believe Anthony Mackie stands for, because what he's said in the past in other interviews for other movies that he's done, to then stand there or sit there and say this in front of a group of people in Europe, in Italy, I believe, okay, is mind-boggling to me. But this is what Captain America is, right? Not what Anthony Mackie said, and said that Captain America doesn't represent and shouldn't represent America. It's like, what? But I just wanted to bring that up because I saw this and I was like, oh, we did the thing yesterday. I was like, let me talk about this right off the bat and then we'll get this out of the way. So I thought it was interesting because all of a sudden Screen Rant had a thing. And in here, I believe it says, let's see. Because it says something else about Captain America, but Steve ultimately is a symbol of what the country's ideas should be. Right. Not what they are, but what they should be. Good. Right? So, all right. We'll move on from that. Because he says, saying Captain America's propaganda isn't a bad thing. The character is meant to promote and install American values of patriotism, justice, honor. Oh, yeah, no, that's not what I'm saying, Krebsy. I wasn't saying that they made him to bring the people together, right? Because of a war. They're like, hey, fight for your country and stuff, right? Like, you love your country. Okay, but what his comments, what he was saying yesterday was, I don't think Captain America represents America. It's like, well, he's never represented the American government, the American, like, who's in office. He's represented the people of why we live in America. Jay Breezy says, 30, did you see what Chris Evans said when he was playing the role? It's basically the same. Yeah, no, he actually said stuff along the similar. But remember, the character of Captain America in the movies was the values of what Captain America is, regardless of what the actor said, right? Travis says 30, because they're run by idiots who used to laugh at comics, call them dumb, but now they see money, so now they're the comic fans, right? Right. That's exactly right, Travis. The people that used to make fun of the people are now running the companies of these things, and for whatever reason, they want to destroy it, in my opinion. They want to destroy it. They want to change the characters for whatever reason, instead of making new characters. And we've talked about this over and over and over. Let's see. Travis says 30, America doesn't represent America anymore. No, Captain America represents what America is. If you don't think America is what America was before, you're lost. Okay? Because America's been the exact same thing. The people, the majority of people in America have never changed what America is. People in certain positions are skewing what America is, but America still holds true to their values. Jay Breezy says, I'm not trying to get too lost in the American side of it. Evans stated that this isn't a flag-waving movie. This is a red, white, and blue, but it just so happens that the character was created in America. Yeah, well, a lot of things were made in America in the comic book industry, right? During wartime, when they were also a common enemy. Right. Right. Who doesn't hate, back then, Nazi Germany, right? We all hated them. I wasn't born. You weren't born, right? But they were the bad guys in the movie, right? But it was real life. Even the new show, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, right? The Spider-Man show that came out. Look, I have no problem if you want to take a what-if scenario of whatnot, but Spider-Man, the character of Peter Parker, okay? Just like Anthony Mackie said that Captain America doesn't represent America, these people have made Spider-Man, and they did a what-if scenario with him, which is fine. But it's like, then why even use Peter Parker? Okay? Because even in their own logic, okay, most of the time, right, Doctor Strange is always Doctor Strange in all the different multiverses and whatnot. Different characters are Iron Man and different characters, you know what I mean? But Peter Parker, okay, has that value of Uncle Ben and whatnot. And they took that out of this character in this new show. And they changed it up, right? His mentor is not Iron Man anymore. It's Osborn. They changed certain things. Fine. Different universe, different thing, whatever you want to say. But it's like, why even make Spider-Man then? If you're going to change everything fundamental about Spider-Man, then why make Spider-Man? And I brought this up yesterday as well. Superman, right? I said this last night we were playing when we were playing Halo. I was like, Superman is Superman because of his parents, right? Because of his parents. The Kents made Clark Kent and what Superman is because of the parents. If you take and remove the parents out of the equation, is Clark Kent Superman? No, he's completely and utterly different. He's a completely different character. He's no longer the Clark Kent that we know as Superman. He would be a completely and utterly different character. Okay? And when you have a character already established in stuff like this, I don't think you should touch him. But you could tell a different story. You could have told a different story of Spider-Man where Peter Parker never gets the powers and somebody else gets the powers. And then you tell a story of that in this. The best thing I think about the new show is that it's not a big popularity thing, but I like the comic look of it. It reminds me of the old Archie type of comic type of stuff. To me, I like that type of stuff, but I know it's not for everyone. But the actual show itself, when I listened to it, I was just like, yeah, no, not for me. I'm not going to watch it, but I also don't fundamentally agree with what they've done to Peter's character. Even if it is a what-if type of scenario. Ramsey says, this is just the start of wild takes in the movie. You'll see Captain America fight Thunderbolt Ross, who also becomes president. Right. Right. Captain America, who doesn't represent America, who's fighting the president of the United States. See what's inside there, right? Crowded House says it's interesting that they are sort of crucifying Anthony Mackie. Meanwhile, the Brutalist is up for an Oscar, and that movie is identified as anti-America. Well, it's just, look, the group of people that are giving shit to Anthony Mackie, and again, I said it yesterday in my thing, I don't think it's him. I think it's the organization that he works for, and I think when he said it and was like, oh shit, I fucked up, because he backtracked the like couple days later, House. But comic book fans, we're fans, man. The reason we like comic books is because we wanted to get away from reality. And then now reality is brought back in. Now, obviously, they have undertones of what happens in the real world and whatnot. Obviously, Hydra is the Nazis and so forth and whatnot. Okay. But people that read comic books or graphic novels or whatever you want to do, we just want to get away. The reason we play video games is kind of escapism. And when the people that have taken over these organizations try to preach to us that we're wrong and they want to tell us something, that is the problem that we have. And that's why they give shit to the actors. That's why they give shit to the writers. That's why they give shit to the directors. That's why they give shit to, because fans are fanatics. Okay. And they know what they like. And when you change something that they like, they're going to let you know. That doesn't mean they're wrong in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, they're all like that, though. That's just Hollywood in general, Leo. What's going on, Mo? Perspective says, here's a bit of truth for original saying that the America, the home of the immigrant, reason Europeans aren't the original natives of this country. There is no real white or black colored Americans. Yeah, but that's right. Right? We're okay with all groups of people coming over, but that's why Captain America stands for America, not the government of America, right? And they're making it look like, well, Captain America doesn't represent America. No, he does represent America. He represents the people in America. Disney is fighting propaganda with more propaganda. Yeah, it's true. World says watched it, and the art style is good, but the race swap Harry and Norm and the race gender swap Dr. Connors, I could completely be wrong, but I don't remember seeing that in the comics. And this is why I said Worlds. They're doing like a what if scenario or a different timeline, which is a completely different conversation that we could have about when companies start to go in the time travel and different. Nobody likes the new multiverses. We're all tired of the multiverses type of thing, right? They have weak stories because they're like, oh, what do we do? Well, it doesn't matter. It's just time travel. It's a what if type of thing because they can't actually think of actual stories anymore. You know what I mean? All right, Super Dave. What's going on, Marcus? Yeah, white black are completely made up and divide and conquer. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to me, but they're gonna keep doing it. And look, again, I'm not watching Captain America Brave New. I'm not gonna watch Captain America Brave New World because of what Anthony Mackie said. I'm not watching it because Marvel themselves have ruined Marvel, and until they can prove it to me, I'm not gonna go watch another Marvel movie in theaters. That's not because of the actor saying what he said. That's because of Kevin Feige and all the rest of the groups that they have making these things that don't know what they have. They're just doing it because they want to make the money, which is fine. It's a business. But they want to make the money and also insult the fan base that gave them the money to make the films. People are okay with immigrants coming over if there's room. It doesn't put stress on other systems. And it doesn't put American citizens last it needs. Mexico recently said the same thing. I don't want to get too political, but I'm trying to think of to add on to what you said because of what's going on in the world right now, Leo. A lot of people are like they're missing out the word in front of immigrants. Okay, what's happening right now is illegal immigrants are being moved out. Okay, which is fine. Okay, because that's the rules of our country. You go to any other country. Okay, I think it's in France, and someone can check me on this. But in France, if I wanted to move to France, I think it's 7 months. It might be 9 months, okay, to learn the language. And if I don't learn the language over there, they release you. They push you back because you have to take the place that you live in. You have to adapt and bring in what they offer. When you move to England, you have to swear to the Queen, right? Can you imagine the articles being written if people came over here and they had to swear to the President of the United States? I mean, basically that's what you're doing when you, but when you go to England, you have to swear to the Queen, right? You have to give your life, or the King now, okay? Like, that's what you're doing because they want you to make sure that, hey, you're coming to our country, that you're one of us type of thing. So why is it different here? Because it was the immigrant. We just make sure that the illegal part, okay, that you're not illegal. You come in and you come in the right way, not the wrong way. That's all. But people forget about that. They miss out that front part. Okay? We get it. It's a land of opportunity. You come over here, you do it the right way. There's people over here that maybe they have a visa for a couple of months, right? And they work hard, okay? Not slave labor. They work hard. They make a name for themselves. They move up a chain. They get the opportunities. Hey, you're basically doing the same thing, Jones. You're not wrong, right? Over there, they make it specifically known that you have to swear to the Queen, right? Allegiance. And the thing is, if I'm paying my stuff as a citizen, paying for whatever it is, let's just call it a generic pool, and that stuff is not going to the people that live in the country, then what am I even doing, right? What am I even doing? Why am I paying into a pool if it's going out the door to somewhere else and not going to the place where I live? It's amazing to me how people don't understand this. But I digress, and let's move on, okay? Let's move on to the first story, or the second story, I guess. Okay, the first story is Dauntless Hail Mary, how the Awakening update killed off Monster Hunter like Dauntless and maybe even Phoenix Labs. We talked about this briefly a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, okay, where I played Dauntless. I have over 200 hours in Dauntless, okay? Love the game. I started playing back 4 or 5 years ago. I loved it. It was a much more casual-based Monster Hunter, okay? I didn't get into the Monster Hunter games until Monster Hunter World and Dauntless, and Monster Hunter World was a little bit more daunting, even though I loved it, okay? But when I stopped playing Monster Hunter World, it was hard to jump back in because it was more complex or whatnot. Dauntless was that feeling game that you got into that was just much easier to get into, right? It was just much easier. You didn't have to worry about so much. You didn't have to learn so much. It was like more of an arcadey Monster Hunter, okay? They went through a couple of changes throughout the years, and they made it better. But then recently, they got bought out. In 2023, they got bought out by a, not a Bitcoin. Was it a Bitcoin company? It's not a Bitcoin. It's a, I forget what it's called. Was it an NTF company or is it a Bitcoin? I think it's a Bitcoin, okay? But they completely changed the model of what the game is, okay? They started removing, or they didn't start removing, they removed everyone's weapons. Crypto, thank you, Krebsy. Right, a crypto company. So they removed all the weapons from the game. They changed it completely. Basically, what's my number one rule? Those of you that watch me every single day, what's my number one rule as a gamer, right? What does the company have to do? Okay, I'll give it a couple seconds to see if people put it in chat, and then I'll say it, okay? You have to respect the player's time. Okay, that's my number one rule. I don't care what you make. You just got to respect the player's time. And respecting the player's time is that when I put my time in, 200 hours plus into Dauntless, okay, and you take everything away from me, okay, why should I give you more time? Why should I do anything for you when you just shit over my time? Okay, you get my money and you get my time, okay? My time is much more valuable than my money, okay? Because I can do a lot of shit in my time, and I can only do certain amount with my money, okay? So my time is the most respected thing, okay? So respect my time. They took everything away. So once touted as by Epic Games' Fortnite fame, the free-to-play Monster Hunter-like Dauntless services are a cautionary tale of all companies building live service games, okay? The free-to-play game market is both saturated and varied. It was also come into a mind for many Epic Games' juggernaut battle royale game, Fortnite, but there's also other fulfilled certain niche genres. From the titles such as Genshin Impact to capture the feeling of Nintendo's Breath of the Wild in the cuteness anime style, or all the way to Destiny 2 from Bungie's concerned with the looter shooter market, with millions of calling it home for over the years. But in 2018, developer Phoenix Labs opened its doors to the beta for its free-to-play Monster Hunter competitor, Dauntless. Dauntless was a very interesting concept back then when it originally launched, and take the formula to a widely popular series from Capcom, streamlined it, many in the systems, added an easy-to-digest art style, and throw in a standard cosmetic-focused monetization system for good measure, and Dauntless aimed to be a more accessible, more casual version of legendary Monster Hunter franchise, which gains its next entry in just a few short weeks with Monster Hunter Wilds. Okay? So Dauntless may seem obscure to most of you, but the years that may thrived, and the game acquired over 15 million players after leaving its open beta in 2019. Keeping the player base engaged in the cool ideas, escalation, which allowed players to run a gauntlet of many different behemoths and slay cooperative play. Dauntless Weapons Prestige system let players go to an extra mile to improving weapons that they held dear, that they earned, right? You had to earn the materials, like if you ever played a Monster Hunter game, right? You had to earn the materials to make the weapons, to make the armor, okay? Put your time in, put that grind in, okay? From its open beta in 2018 all the way to 2023, Dauntless was rising star, enjoying constant positive feedback from its community until things started to go awry. Okay, in 2024, there was also an eerie silence from Phoenix Labs leading up to the launch of the next big update titled The Awakening. Okay, on December 5th, 2024, while the update boasted a cool new behemoth on the island to explore, like many other updates, one of the more exciting features that the players would also be allowed to equip 2 different weapons. You could equip 2 different weapons. But we didn't want everyone to operate with both weapons, so we took the weapons away from you, gave you back 2 or 3, and then you had to purchase all the rest back after we converted your other stuff into currency that you had to go back and buy the actual weapons. Make the game mechanic, make the problem, sell the solution. Okay? So one more thing feature that the players would be allowed to equip 2 different weapons and swap on the fly to match the situation that they are in. Something competitor Monster Hunter Wilds is adding as well. Okay? So, not my hunting grounds. Dauntless was brought to Steam with the launch of the update, breaking free of its Epic Games Prison Steam's community system, helped paint a clearer picture of the update's reception. Okay, Awakening has been met with overwhelming negative reviews and even similar to review bombing on Xbox. This is not leaving out the fact that the current daily player count of Dauntless on Steam sits below a few hundred according to SteamDB, although that it doesn't necessarily reflect the full active player base across the Xbox, PlayStation, Epic Game Store on PC. Either way, the heart of the backlash is the undeniable player exodus lies a very ugly truth. Awakening removed a lot of what made Dauntless a quality alternative to Monster Hunter it once was. Many build a crafting option where it removed such of the lanterns, and players could also use the unique abilities to synergize to certain playstyles. Phoenix Labs also removed the aforementioned prestige system for weapons alongside a lot of the available weapons players could earn in-game. One beloved feature that players enjoyed for many years is the cell fusion system was also removed, and this system allowed access cells, which functioned like gems in other MMOs, to be fused together to get higher rarity versions of that greatly affected different builds. Okay, but one of the most baffling decisions of the update was the fact that the studio removed 5 different islands from the game. Okay, so again, respect my time. You gave me all these islands. You gave me all these things. You gave me all those stuff. You took everything away from me, right? They took this away from me, okay? And as a result, a lot of the visual variety of local locations found themselves abandoned on the cutting room floor. If removing many locations, weapons, crucial aspects of the game, and did not cut deep enough, they salted the wounds with a full reset of every player's progression in Dauntless. This is a death of the game. Tell me you know nothing about video games without telling me you know nothing about video games. Hey, I'm the new owner. You know what we should do? What is that? What is that? Oh, is that 5 islands? 5 islands? Yeah, can you take 4 of those away? Oh, what is that? Weapons? 10 weapons? Can you take 7 of those weapons away? Can you take the XP? Oh, yeah, get rid of that too. Oh, this is great. I love being a game designer. I love being an owner of a studio, you morons. Okay, hey, Dauntless, where's my stuff? Exactly what I said. It's exactly what I said. I was like, where is my stuff? Okay, well, every player's cosmetic purchases were carried over in the Awakening update, only a select few items were kept. Oh, that's nice. Okay, by players when they logged back in, such as the exotic weaponry that put skilled players to the test of the craft and select resources for behemoths. The idea of starting over in an online game can sound good to a veteran player. It could be a nostalgic walk down memory lane for some. However, Dauntless does not feature multiple character options, and the reset was forced onto every player without the serious discussion, costing everyone hundreds of hours of progress. This is no doubt the root cause of the negative reception of The Awakening. You think? You think that's the reason? Okay. When reading through the reviews of Steam, the top review is from, before I even read on to that, okay, I would rather have a game closed down like Battleborn or The Crew, where I can no longer play the game because I have no choice, than to have my game torn apart and just left there and be like, well, you can still play it. Be like, yeah, but there's nothing left of it. You literally took everything away from me and then said, here you go. It's like taking a notebook, ripping out 900 pages and leaving one page that's torn and hand it back to the kid and be like, give me a book report. It's like, but I only write small. Okay, so when reading through the reviews on Steam, the top reviewer is from a player who put in 500 hours into the game on the Nintendo Switch before he was available on Steam. They lamented the loss of their weapons, armor sets, lanterns, the high rarity cells. It did not end there, though, as they were happy to invest money into the game through the battle passes, but now turned off by the weapons are paywalled in the microtransaction store. Okay, this is also a major point of contention for the community. For years, Dauntless relied on cosmetics and battle passes to keep the studio afloat. Here's a little secret. Not really a secret. I've been upfront about it. I said, this is the first game that I paid for a microtransaction. Dauntless was the first I paid for a microtransaction. I didn't pay for one item. It was the first battle pass I ever bought. It was the first battle pass I ever bought. I put so much time into the game because I loved it and leveled it all the way up to the thing. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to give him the money. And I gave him the money. I was like, this is a good system. I was like, I like it. Okay. Because I enjoyed the game. I don't pay any microtransactions up front. I still, to this day, like right now, I'm still working towards the battle pass in Marvel Rivals. I haven't given them the money yet. If I have the time and complete it, then I'll pay for it. Okay. So with weapon tokens, these weapon tokens can only be earned through weekly bounties, okay, in the game to purchase it with money, creating a feeling of missing out on the weapons that might be not rotate back into the shop in adequate time, right? So they added FOMO on top of that. They added that you can only get them whenever they feel like letting you get them, and you can only make a certain amount of XP and stuff weekly with weekly bounties, okay? One final thing that's worth noting is how the leveling system for weapons has been severely slowed down. Before Awakening, players could level up weapons through traditional gameplay methods. While this is also still true, after a certain point, the experience required a fully leveled up a weapon can only be earned at a reasonable rate via a new resource called whatever. Okay, and similar to the systems found in the gacha games, which involves heavily grinding or gambling or real money, 3 tiers of this, okay, resources exist, and they can also be spent and select weapons to level it up quicker. Right? Creating an endgame leveling system focused grinding out the rarity item is also buying them and reduce the value of the actual engaging the core gameplay loop and actually slaying monsters. Dauntless is suffering from many self-inflicted wounds right now, making short-sighted decisions that the company never would have also passed, leaving one big question with multiple answers. What happened to Phoenix Labs? And they led them to this point. Well, I'm going to say that they wanted to sell their company to make more money, right? To make more money. And then they sold their business to the wrong person. And the wrong person came in and completely destroyed you from the inside out. Sort of like a cancer. Okay? So Phoenix Labs, after 2020, was originally owned by a company called Garena Games. And the partnership at the time did not affect the operations, allowing Phoenix Labs to still develop Dauntless and release the Faith Farm in 2023. However, previous publishing deal with Epic Games saw the title prelude of the Steam for years, potentially preventing it from hitting variety status virality status, and the least of PC. Either way, May of last year, Phoenix Labs suffered over 100 layoffs, leaving the studio in rougher shape before the Awakening update went live. On top of that, this October last year, reports of the game developers revealed that Phoenix Labs was secretly bought by a company known as Forte Labs. In 2023, the acquisition was meant to remain a secret amongst the employees, which may hint of the potential shifts in vision behind the scenes. Okay, if we mix both of the layoffs and the climate of the of around the acquisition, the picture being painted is not pretty. I like how the acquisition was meant to remain secret amongst the employees. Awesome. With the IRE and the community of the large, significant drops of player numbers with delay of the next big update, Umbral Reign, Phoenix Labs is now faced with even more layoffs. In a post-official Phoenix Labs LinkedIn profile, they announced that most of their studio was let go. Now, while players are still waiting for clarity for what the layoffs it will mean for the future of the game, Phoenix Labs is on the death's door and might not have the development staff to make things right. It would take a miracle for what remains of Phoenix Labs to turn things around and rise from the ashes as it's there. The damage is done may simply be too great. Well, here's what's going to happen. Phoenix Labs, which loved you, Phoenix Labs. Big fan of you. Play the game. Loved the game. 100 hours. Thought it was great. Okay. Well, you sold your soul to the devil. Okay. And now your game is going to die. And when your game dies, you're also going to lose your job. I hope it was worth it. I hope that the 15 million people that played your game, that loved your game, and slowly had, diminishing returns because slowly you kept destroying your game, was worth it. I have no remorse. I'm not one of these people that says, well, you got to pay for it to keep the lights on, because obviously I did. I paid my share. I liked your game. I played your game. I bought the battle passes when I completed those things. I did my part as a gamer, right? I bought the game, played the game, enjoyed your game, but you failed fundamentally as a developer and as a company for the people that were giving you money for your game, right? You decided to make a free-to-play game. You didn't make it last because you changed it up. You sold your soul to the cryptocurrency people over there, and now you're paying the price. Here's the only situation that can happen. A company has to come in and buy them out from Forte, which is probably not going to happen, okay, because they're destroying the company in general, okay? This game would be a perfect game, okay, to throw on to a service. Obviously, it's a free-to-play game, so it doesn't need to be on like a Game Pass or a PlayStation Plus, but it would make sense if you did put it on there. It was just another game on there on one of these services, but you had to be picked up by either Sony or you had to be picked up by Microsoft or some other big company. But I'll tell you what, it's not going to happen. You know why? Because live service games are a dime a dozen. There's so many games out there that are not succeeding right now, and they're not going to take a risk on you destroying your game and then returning back to what it was. So you're done. So this has been vogoted. Okay, it's not vogoted yet, but in my opinion, it's been vogoted or it's been concorded, whichever way you want to look at it. So Phoenix Labs, goodbye. It was nice knowing you, and don't let the door kick you on the way out of the video game space. It might be harsh, but this is what it is. I didn't sell them to a cryptocurrency. I didn't change my game for fundamentally bad. You lost half your staff, almost all your staff. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments section down below. What do you think about Dauntless? Are you one of these people that are like, I didn't care, I didn't even play the game anyway? Or are you on the other side, like me, where you felt like your time has been shit on this entire time? You love this game, but now it's done, right? Time to move on. Let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know in the live stream. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe, and if you like what I do here, check out some of our videos. Thanks for watching. All right. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Eclipse says, I just don't get it. Wild Hearts was good. Monster Hunter's clone, and you can also have more than one, but for some reason, people want to compare everything. Sean Roadkill. Roadkill says, Xbox delivered today like the Sniper Elite Resistance. That's a badass game. Eclipse says, I didn't even know that what the hell they were doing with this, and they wanted the game to stop. Whoever is the company is also took over. They wanted this game to fail. 100%. 100%. Krebsy says, Uno reverse card on the company. You aren't fucking me, and now you're closed. Be gone, Demon Spawn. Yep, that's right, Krebsy. Right. Eclipse says, I bought the Monk Battle Pass, that one where the first came out. Argus says they should have just made a sequel with these changes, and they wanted to do that. No, but that's the problem. When you have a game like this, to make a sequel to this game, that's the problem with what happened to Destiny. right? Now, I know people that like Destiny think that it wasn't a problem, but they said at the GDC that going from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2 almost killed them because you were asking everyone that loved this game over here, live service game, to move over to a sequel, even though this game was supposed to last, right? But they had to change it. But they changed it because they wanted to make more microtransactions. They changed it because of that, and it almost ruined the company. And that's where Bungie is now, right? They've also made their bed. Now they're lying in it. Krebsy says, for what has happened, and it might also be hard for this company, but you know what you do is sales go down, make a sequel with it, improve it, and then in the features. Yeah, I know, hard idea. Yeah, see, I don't think they make a sequel, though. Because if you make the sequel, is it with the new things they've implemented, or does it go back to the old way of the game and it's a sequel? That's 4 or 5 years in development time. Huda Papa says they fucked up. Eclipse says, I mean, they kept playing the game and they had no big updates for like 3 years. How much people love this game? Right. That big update when they made the floating city, that was a cool update when they changed the whole thing. Added new like 3-4 new monsters. It's awesome. And then they were like, yeah, let's sell to a crypto. Let's make our money. Yeah. I want to know when they got bought out. Who got paid? That's what I want to know. Who got paid? Who left? Because I want to know what the paper trail is. Obviously, it's none of our business, but that's the fundamental problem. Who took the money and ran? Who took the money and gave it to these people and the core substance of the people that were making Dauntless? Where'd they go? Because they bought it from someone. Someone had shares. Someone had something. Someone took a paycheck. Robert Jones says maybe they will release the assets and offer you a refund like Paragon. Probably not. We all know it was the CEO, Altern says. High Table says, hey, 30, do you think that macaroni and cheese is a good choice for breakfast? Because that's what I'm having. I mean, you have what you have, you know? I mean, some people might have some breakfast tacos, right? I'm a more of a traditional guy, right? I'll have like 2 eggs over medium, some toast, some hash browns, and maybe sausage link or something off to the side. But, you do you. All right. So we'll forget about Dauntless, just like, everything else. We'll just move on because they moved on. We don't care. The next story I want to talk about. Kylo says that traditional breakfast is now $20 to make at home. Not at my local place. And then when I don't eat out at my local place over here, where I can get 2 eggs, hash browns, toast, and a sausage link for $5.50, doesn't break the bank. But when I'm not eating there, I just walk outside, put my hand underneath the chicken, grab the eggs, come inside, crack them, and have breakfast. I know everyone can't have chickens, and I know I'm very blessed because we live on a farm, but that's what I do. Kyle says steal. Steal what? Maybe $20 for the week? If I eat that place with tip, I could probably eat there 3 times. 3 times and get to 20. Altern says, we all know you own a farm. Don't show off. I don't own a farm. Let me be clear. I don't own the farm. The family owns the farm. Right? I happen to live on a farm. We haven't bought meat, Altern. I have cows outside my window. I haven't bought meat in 23 years. $5.50 is a steal? Oh, for the breakfast. Oh, yeah. Have you tried War Thunder? I don't even know what War Thunder is, High Table. Is that a new, warships or something? I don't know what that is. Jones says the farm owns 30. Yeah, I do not own a farm. I live on a farm, and other people own the farm. I happen to be married into the family. Shit, I own the farm. Yeah, completely different. I wouldn't even be here right now if I owned the farm. It's a free-to-play game, mostly akin to World of Warships. That's what it sounded like. As soon as you said War Thunder, I was like, what is that, like a World of Warships? That's what I was going for, like a World of Warships? Yeah, that's what it sounds like. No. I have no interest in that. All right, go to this one. Sony finally surrenders the PSN accounts and will be optional for games on Steam, including Spider-Man 2 and The Last of Us Part 2, but they're also giving you a free stuff if you sign up. Can we go... I know I say this all the time, but can we go back to school? Look, I'm not the best of pronunciations and stuff, but I do remember that titles shouldn't be this long. Okay? We could shorten this. Sony finally surrenders PSN accounts. That's it. It's all you had to say. And then I'll be like, what? What do they do? Nope, they put a paragraph there. Okay. So you're probably familiar with the concept of the carrot and the stick. It's metaphor, incentivization. You reward people who do what you want them to do and put a whooping on people who don't. Sony's is trying to stick the convenience PC gamers to sign up for PlayStation Network accounts to access their games on Steam with mixed results, has now decided that maybe it's time to give the carrot a try. I wonder why they're changing it. Is it because that less people are buying consoles? More people don't want to sign up for Microsoft or PlayStation. They're going to PC. Okay. So Sony's finally like, fine. Okay. You're going day and date. You're going to go day and date, Sony. We know it. You know it. Everyone knows it. Okay, Sony announced on PlayStation Blog today that the eve of the launch of Spider-Man 2 on PC, that the PlayStation Network account requirement for that game will in fact be optional, not mandatory, and that will also result in a case for upcoming The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, as well as the previously released God of War Ragnarok and Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. If you don't want to bother, is that correct? Is that correct? I don't think that's correct. Not that I want to throw stones in a glass house here, but if you don't want to bother, two don'ts want to bother with using the PlayStation account, you'll no longer have to. So you may ask, why would you? Simply put, for the stuff, Sony cited added benefits like trophies. Ooh, I get to get trophies. I don't care. Personally, I don't care. And friend management. Ooh, friend management. Oh, wow, I have friend management on Steam. I don't need you. Okay, for those who sign up for PSN accounts, but already have through Steam, so it's not likely to move the needle much. So it's also adding in-game content unlocks for PlayStation accounts, PSN accounts holders. And here's what you'll get. So Marvel Spider-Man 2 early unlock suits, the Spider-Man 2099 black suit, and the Miles Morales 2099 suit. Okay, God of War Ragnarok, gain access to the Armor of Blackbeard set of Kratos at the first lost items chest in the Realm Between Realms. It's like almost like pre-ordering a game. That's basically what it is. They're giving you like benefits of pre-orders that you'll get put on and never touch again. And resource a bundle of 500 hack silver and 250 XP. 250 XP? Get out of here. Okay, The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, plus 50 points to activate bonus features. Woo, 50 points. Okay, to unlock extra Jordan's jacket from Intergalactic. Wait a minute. Okay, and the Herrick Prophecy of Akin for Ellie. Okay, and Horizon Zero Dawn Remaster, gain access to Nora outfit. Okay, so the game creator PlayStation Studios will continue to work to bring more benefits to players who sign up for your PlayStation Network account. This might do a little uptick for them, but for the most part, okay, most people are not going to sign up for this to get a cosmetic skin because those people were not signing up, right? There's two nots for you, okay? We're not signing up because they were like, well, if PlayStation kind of gave me something, if they gave me, maybe a skin or 50 points in a game, maybe even 250 XP, maybe I would sign my life away. And they went, nah, I'm good. Okay. It says it's quite a change from a year ago when Sony went war with Helldivers 2 players over the game's belated PlayStation account network. Okay, where they stopped for 180 countries. They said, "Fine, you don't want to sign up? We'll show you. We're going to take a game away from 200 countries, so you can't play it." And they went like, "Okay, that's cool." Okay, so not before destroying untold amounts of goodwill amongst the player base. Also removed a PC version of Ghost of Tsushima from sale in nearly 200 countries, and don't have a PSN network account in May in 2024, even though the account is only required for co-op multiplayer mode. It was also baffling hard-headed, and Sony's justification that the PSN account requirement was necessary. Remember the people that defended? I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers. These Sony guys that were saying, "Well, just sign up. What are you signing up for? It's just no big deal." And then Sony went, hold on, I got to tie my shoe. Right? They bent the knee and said, "Okay, we won't make them sign up. Okay, let's give them stuff instead." Boy, do you guys look stupid now, huh? It was all baffling, hard-headed, and Sony's justification of PSN account requirements is necessary, okay? PC gamers, meanwhile, seem determined to make the whole thing as much of a headache as possible for Sony. Just days after God of War Ragnarok launched on Steam, for instance, someone whipped out a mod enabling players to bypass the PSN login requirement entirely. Amazing. Okay. Is there one thing that I've learned from life is that sometimes you have to take a step back and ask yourself, is this really worth the hassle? And importantly, that it's okay to decide the answer is no. Honestly, I'm a little surprised it took Sony this long to figure it out, but I think the smart move by PSN requirements for PC gamers is superficial, and also it's up about a measurement about what determined to run it with it, and you might as well do it the way they more likely to generate good PR than bad. I don't think this is going to move the needle that much. I really don't, because the people that are on PC didn't really care about that type of stuff. Now, obviously, it's a smart move by PlayStation to say, hey, if you're interested in these trophies, if you're a trophy hunter, okay, but if you're a trophy hunter, I mean, I guess people on Steam collect stuff, but not as much as people like on Xbox or PlayStation. If you're a trophy hunter, now you can do it over on PC as well. But I don't think this is going to move the needle that much. But I think it's funny. I think it's funny that Sony was like, all right, we'll change it, right? Even though the defenders, not Sony themselves, but the people that give Sony money to protect Sony, right? The Sony pony guys that constantly say that, well, what's the big deal? Just sign up. We're like, well, no, I don't want to sign up, because if this is the reason I stopped playing Helldivers. I loved Helldivers until they said, hey, you have to sign up, and I went, no, I'm not going to sign up. I'm not going to sign up. Okay, so smart move. They're adapting. They're changing. And you know what else they're going to change? They are going to change day and date. People, the ones that are still defending that should sign up for PlayStation Network, these people are still defending that they're not going to go day and date. They will go day and date, because that's the way the market is going, right? If everybody else goes this direction and they stay true to theirs, they will lose the fight against the people, okay? The market. And if they want to do that, cool. You want to take your things away from 200 countries? Cool. Okay. You want to make money? They want to give you money, but you don't want to take their money. You'll lose. Okay. But these are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments section down below. What do you think about Sony removing the restrictions of signing up for PSN? Let me know in the comments section. Let me know in the live stream. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe. And if you like what I do here, check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching. Sounds like something that already been done by someone else. Yeah, I wonder. Robert Jones says, I think the moves the needle. People have goldfish brains. I don't think it moves the needle that much, Jones. I do think people will be like, okay, cool, I'll sign up because now I have a choice. See, people don't like being told what to do. Sign up for the account. And you're like, no, I'm not going to sign up, right? But if you have a choice, hey, I'm sorry I yelled at you. I'm sorry. If you would like to sign up, we'll let you sign up, okay? You don't have to, you know. But if you want to, we urge you, we're giving you incentives, right? I mean, what's the difference between what they're doing right now and what we do on YouTube? Okay? You can watch the content for free. You don't have to sign up for anything, right? Right? Or you can become a subscriber, right? Or you become a member. Get these emotes, you get the XP. Get the cosmetics, you get access to certain things. It's the exact same thing. The exact same thing. Eclipse says, I think Wolverine is going to be the first day and date. This is why they haven't shown anything on it in a long time. People have been saying that for a long time, Eclipse. We've been saying that for a long time. Krebsy says, 0 chance Wolverine is day and date. I will say this. Wolverine will be the quickest game ever for Sony, if it doesn't come out day and date, to come out and then go to PC. It'll be the quickest game turnaround that Sony has seen. What's going on, Mr. Luke? You can play and build Wolverine on PC. You can already play a build of Wolverine on PC. Well, of course you can. They build it on PC. Robert Jones says, I think a small amount of people will sign up, but now more people will buy the games. Correct. And more people will buy the games, Jones, if they could buy a day and date. You can also play Doom, a pregnancy test. That doesn't mean Doom Dark Ages will launch on a pregnancy test. Well, don't say it's not. and your comparison there is just not a good one, Krebsy, because the Doom that you're talking about is not like the 2016 Doom. It's the Doom back from when I played it on a computer, and yeah, that could play on a pregnancy stick. So your comparison there is two different things. Mr. Luke says, poor Sony Pony is going to lose all their exclusives perks. Oh, well, jump ship. Just keep gaming. Right. What are they going to do? That all the people that don't own a PlayStation get to have the same benefits of the rewards, Luke? What are they going to do? No shit. Sony themselves said they were shrinking the window 12 to 18 months. I'm saying, no. See, I'm saying shorter than that. Okay. I'm saying smaller than that. And let's be clear, right? I've said it for years that they're going to go day and date. And this is before they announced Horizon Zero Dawn on PC. I said that they're going to put their games on PC. So this is not a no shit moment. This is a no shit moment now, Sony, because they said it. But this was not a no shit moment before, because nobody said this before. Nobody said this 5 years ago when they're like, yeah, I said that they're going to go to PC. And I was like, no chance. Never going to happen. And then it did, right? And then I said, oh, yeah, it's going to get day and date. Never going to happen. Now, while Sony said, well, they're shrinking the window, right? 12 to 18 months. I guarantee you they shrink it smaller than that. So much so, it will be day and date within the next 2 years. 2 years. It'll be day and date. 2027, by that time, we will have a day and date, even though it's already happened. But let's move the goalpost, right? It's already happened, but that's live service game. Or that's not their choice. Or that's not the MLB The Show, because that wasn't their choice, right? It's already happened. But let's go by the parameters everybody else wants to go. You're correct. 12 to 18 months, even though it's happened day and date, on multiple times with Horizon Lego on Nintendo Switch and MLB The Show on Xbox. But we'll keep moving the goalpost. Altered says, do you think Wolverine will be the Indiana Jones 3 to 6 months exclusive? As far as PC goes, I see that window dramatically shrinking past the 12 months. Maybe 6 months. I'll say 6 months and below, if not day and date. Yeah. Argus says, if I'm on PC, the last platform I want to be on, kind of the monthly active for that, I'm not actually on it, would be PlayStation. You know what I thought about the other day, Argus, and it just reminded me because you're talking about it? I always think it's funny. As a gamer, people look at it and go, if you're gaming, right? If you're gaming and you're just a gamer, you want all the things. Okay, right now in 2025, you could purchase a computer for $1,100, $1,200, and you could run really good stuff, better than anything else on a console. Okay, even though people tell you to spend like $2,000. Okay, if you buy a Xbox, let's say you want to buy Xbox games, but you wanted to buy an Xbox, that's $500, right? If you wanted to buy the best PlayStation, you're spending $700, $800 with a disk drive. Okay, so that's $500 and $800. Okay, That's already a PC. Now, if I just buy the PC, I get PlayStation, I get Xbox, and I get Steam. And you could probably get Nintendo because you could hack those, right? So you can get all the systems for a reasonable price, okay? For a reasonable price, and play it all on one system. Or you can go out and buy all the different ones and then get this service, get that service, get that service. But if you just buy a PC, you can get all of the things. Soy says, do you think PlayStation starts porting more games to Xbox in the next year? I don't think so, because if it's on Game Pass, Soy, you could play that everywhere. And Xbox itself, there might be certain games that might come out for like live service type stuff. Maybe there's more live service games coming out. I don't see them taking God of War and putting it on Xbox because they don't have to. They're the leader of the console space. So they don't need the extra, because it's percentage-wise, right? So, for instance, there's a billion devices that can play their God of War now, or Spider-Man that comes out tomorrow, today, whatever, on PC. I don't think 300 million people are going to get Spider-Man, okay? But a small percentage is going to get it. So they might get another 5 million sales, right? 4 to 5 million sales. You're not going to get that. So the percentage of on PC, you'll get that. But you're not going to get 4 million people, 5 million people of the 30 million people on Xbox to buy Spider-Man. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think it's as easy as saying that they're going to port more of their games over and put it on Xbox. Live service games, free-to-play games, stuff like that they'll put on, sure. But I don't see them taking their first-party titles and moving them to Xbox. I do think their first-party titles will move over to PC because there is that larger player base. The larger player base in the console market is PlayStation. The largest player base in general is PC, without counting mobile. The clip says, hey, we'll see. I'm just saying that I saw that the Black Myth Wukong only sold like 5 million copies on console, and on PC it sold like 18 million. Money talks, and all I gotta say. Well, Black Myth Wukong wasn't Sony though, right? Obviously, if you're that studio, you're making for the two largest platforms, which is PC and PlayStation at the time. PC gaming gets all the console games and more. Yeah. Right? And you don't have to buy, like, if you're buying a $500 system for the console, you're paying $12.99 to get Game Pass. You get 400 games right there. You don't have to pay anything for Steam. You just have to buy Steam games, right? So, and they're cheaper usually on that. And then now you're getting the PlayStation. So all in one stop, right? If one company looks at the other and says, well, if you have to spend $1,200, if you're a gamer and you want to play where you want, it's a smart choice if you just get a PC, because all the things are going there. The High Table says, it's also a scratch the surface with emulators. You're already got thousands upon thousands of games, most of which are playable. Right. Argus says, Xbox is likely to get the access of Steam, and by proxy, every game on PlayStation has put on Steam. That's also another thing that can go behind the scenes, right? Obviously, we can speculate. I've talked about this in the past as well, Argus. I do think Steam and the Xbox are teaming up. Phil Spencer kind of laughed about it in that interview that he said. World says if you put Spider-Man on Xbox, it would easily sell 1 million copies, if not more, but they would also be smart not to, which is what they're doing. Correct. Would it be worth, Phil said it in his interview yesterday, are more games coming to PlayStation? He said yes. Are all games coming to PlayStation? He said no, because it doesn't work that way, right? If there's a market, they'll put it there. But you got to remember, it's different when you're the lower tier pushing your game to the higher tier. Higher tier meaning there's more people that could potentially play. If Xbox releases a game on PlayStation, there's 60 million people that own a PlayStation, okay? If PlayStation is shooting it back towards Xbox, there's only 30 million people that could potentially play it if it's just on the Xbox, not on Game Pass, okay? Game Pass can go out to more people with PC, but they don't need that. So it's easy for Xbox to say, yeah, we're putting it on PlayStation, but it's not easy to say that PlayStation's putting it on Xbox. PC is the best option, especially if you're patient. You don't mind some tinkering. Sure. Yeah, if you want convenience, you don't like the updates and the drivers and all this other stuff, sure. All right, GeForce Now. Right? That's another thing. Everybody says, said this before, you started to read chat again. Sony views PC as an additive market, and entice people to buy sequels on console. Them also releasing day and date on PV goes against their interests. Yeah, for now. For now. They also just made a complete, utter change in the whole company. Right? 8 months ago, they said we're not bending the knee. You have to sign up for PSN. Here we are. Here we are. Yeah, their interests change. Business changes. You know why? Because they're not people. They don't have morals. They talk about money. And money says that they would make more money day and date if Spider-Man came out on PC day and date on PlayStation. Because those people are not buying PlayStations. But they will buy your games on their PCs. If you get the highest tier of GeForce Now, it has 480 graphics card, which I think they're updating, Argus, right? Hence why there's a shortage. No one can sign up in certain countries. Set up. And when a 50 series comes out, it'll be upgraded again. I argue that is high-end PC gaming. Sure. World says, I'm done with Xbox and PlayStation consoles after this gen. I'll be going to PC and only buying Nintendo console. No point anymore. It's going to be a whole different market with all these handhelds coming out. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there. I'm holding off. Whatever the next generation is, I'm not buying it right away. Everyone bends the knee. Won't come to PC. Microsoft tried it to do Windows Live, and where they had to pay for online. You know how long that lasts. Yeah, they all bend the knee because they all want to make money. They're all corporations. They have to keep this going like this. Not like this. Like this. Oh, the Division 2 will launching Battle of Brooklyn DLC this year. I already know what their DLC is going to be, Dustin. I loved Division 2. Loved it. Me and Sarge played it all the time. I have a character that's like levels 500, 600. Sarge is in the thousands or whatever. Okay. Love the game. Their DLCs, unless they give me something that's like amazing to come back, I know what it is. It's a bare minimal viable product. Maybe I'll download it. Maybe. Put it back on my system. Who knows? All right, we got that. This is another Sony story. We got an Xbox one after this, I think. Yeah, we have an Xbox quarterly thing. The next story we're going to talk about is Sony cutting PlayStation 4 games from PlayStation Plus next year. Okay. So Sony cutting PlayStation 4 games from PlayStation Plus next year. Sony is cutting PlayStation 4 games from its PlayStation Plus essential monthly games in the game's catalog starting in January 2026 instead of focusing solely on PlayStation 5. The PlayStation 5 blog post, which revealed that February 2025's monthly titles also include an update of the monthly game subscribers and can obtain no extra cost each month in the Games Pass style subscription service. Why do they have to say Game Pass style? Why can't they just say a subscription style? Why do they have to say Game Pass style? It's amazing. As we shift to PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4 games will no longer be a key benefit and will only be occasionally offered on PlayStation Plus monthly games and game catalogs, Sony said. This won't affect the monthly titles players have already obtained, though. Games catalog titles will also still be available to play until they leave the catalog as part of the monthly refresh. We'll continue to evolve and experience the PlayStation Plus and optimization of the benefits you receive, including exclusive discounts, online multiplayer access, online game save storage, and more. Sony added as a shift of our focus to PlayStation 5, we're looking forward to adding a new PlayStation 5 titles monthly for you to enjoy. The PlayStation 4 arrived in 2013 and followed up by all PlayStation 5 in 2020, meaning it's been over a decade since the former came out, and now more than 4 years since the latter. Sony said that many of the players are currently playing on PlayStation 5 and have shifted towards redeeming the access of PlayStation 5 titles. Is that true, though? Hold on a second. We'll look it up in a second, because mathematically speaking, last time they said they had, 62 million? And the last time I checked, they had 150 million people on PlayStation 4, right? 155 million? If there's only 62 million, that means there's still more people on PlayStation 4, is it not? Am I wrong there? We'll look it up. So it's unclear if Sony will change the PlayStation Plus games catalog offering to put on PlayStation 4 games in the classic catalog, which is the moment includes ports of remastered PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 games. It will likely announce these closer to the time. Okay, so they're removing the PlayStation 4 games from the PlayStation Plus essential monthly games. So does that mean the catalog is getting smaller? I need someone on PlayStation Plus to explain this to me, right? Because I don't have PlayStation Plus. But the way I'm reading it is that they're removing the PlayStation 4 games will no longer be on the platform. Okay. So now it's on PlayStation 5. I can't play PlayStation 4 games on the PlayStation anymore. Not everyone has PlayStation Plus. So we're going to make an assumption, though, that the majority of the people that have PlayStation Plus are only on PlayStation 5. So without any numbers showing, besides the numbers that we know, how many people on PlayStation have PlayStation Plus? Let's look that up. PlayStation Plus users. Last reported. As of spring of 2023, PlayStation Plus had around 47.4 million subscribers. PlayStation Plus is a subscription service as part of the PlayStation Network. Okay. So 47.4. So are we assuming that all of those people are on PlayStation 5? Or 2/3 are on PlayStation 5? My question, Jones, okay? My question is, on PlayStation 5, they said they're not supporting PlayStation 4 games in PlayStation Plus anymore. Okay? That's what the article said, right? It says, Sony is cutting PlayStation 4 games from its PlayStation Plus Essential monthly games on the catalog starting January, instead of focusing solely on PlayStation 5. Okay? So there's not going to be any PlayStation 4 backwards compatible games on PlayStation Plus. It's only going to be PlayStation 5 games. Is that correct? Is that how Argus says? I'm positive there are more PlayStation 4 owners than PlayStation 5 owners. I don't know about their accounts or actively playing. Right, they don't share that if they're on what side or the other, Argus. 47.4 million people own a PlayStation Plus. Okay. We don't know if that's on 4 or 5. They don't say that. Here it does say that the majority, or it doesn't say majority. It says Sony will change PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 were likely announced in closer time. Since the leader. Many of the players are currently playing on PlayStation 5. Many of the players. There's no number given. It just says many of the players. Sounds like the games you get free each month with the PlayStation 5 only. Right. Only on the PlayStation 5, but they're not going to be PlayStation 4 games. As we shift to PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4 games will no longer be a key benefit and will only be occasionally offered for PlayStation Plus monthly games and games catalog, Sony said. Right? So does that stop older games from being played on the PlayStation 5 through the PlayStation Plus? Obviously, if you own the games, you can still do backwards compatibility, right? It's like saying the games with gold would now only be on Xbox Series only and not the Xbox games. No, that's not what that's saying. It's literally saying PlayStation 4 games will no longer be a key benefit, meaning they're not putting any 4 games on the PlayStation Plus on the PlayStation 5s, meaning you can't play older games on the PlayStation 5, which is not like what Game Pass is doing, because Game Pass literally puts, you could play 360 games and whatnot on the Xbox. We're getting rid of older games. That way we force you to play the new games and buy new ones. I guess I'm confused on the backwards compatibility with the games they add, right? If they're not adding 4 games anymore, that means they want you to go back, either buy those games, right? Or you just can't play them. They will stop offering PlayStation 4 games in the monthly offerings on PlayStation Plus Essential. Past PlayStation 4 games that got free in the past months can still be played. No, I get what that's saying, but it's also saying PlayStation 4 games, besides the special ones that they put in the monthly thing, PlayStation 4 games will no longer be a key benefit on the PlayStation Plus monthly games, right? So they're gone completely. Already obtained through Game Pass catalog titles will still be available until they leave the service or refresh. This is talking about 2 or 3 games you get for free for having the base subscription. I think it's talking more than 2 or 3 games, Jones. We'll continue to evolve and experience the PlayStation Plus and optimize the benefits you receive, including exclusive discounts, online multiplayer access, online games, save storage, and more, Sony added. As we shift our focus to PlayStation 5, we look forward to adding new PlayStation 5 titles monthly for you to enjoy. So, okay. So they're removing the 4 to put the 5 games on. So more newer releases will be going to PlayStation monthly. Basically equivalent to Xbox taking away Fallout or Skyrim from Game Pass. Well, that's a bad example because they don't do that because those are first-party titles. But I get what you're saying. The first-party titles they don't remove. Yeah, they don't remove first-party titles. First-party titles on Game Pass stay. The third-party exclusives, or I don't know if you want to call them exclusives, third-party games that they pay for a certain period of time, they come and go. All right, so if you're a Sony guy, they're not going to be supporting the PlayStation 4 games. So 2 or 3 a month. So 24 games to 36 games a month or a year won't be coming to your console after 2026. Based on what Robert Jones is saying about 2 or 3 games a month. Which means they have to be replaced by newer games of PlayStation 5. Which would be interesting. Because does that mean after 2026, that would be 1 year, 1 more year. So if a game like, I don't know, what's a new game that just came out? What's the last game? Astrobot. So does that mean Astrobot will make its way onto PlayStation Plus faster than it would have? Well, it says PlayStation 4 games. Does that include their PlayStation 4 first-party games? If so, that's a huge L. I don't know. It doesn't say. So I can't speculate and say if it does or doesn't, Kylo. Each month, Sony picks 3 or 4 games to be free for everyone who has a PlayStation Plus for that month, and then adjusts for that month. It says that Sony will stop offering PlayStation 4 games as those 3 to 4 games for free games. Right, and putting in PlayStation 5. So they're focusing on the PlayStation 5 games. So that's what my next question is. So they're going to be putting PlayStation 5 games on there. If they're putting PlayStation 5 games, then it would have to be more recent games from PlayStation 5. Well, how many games have they put on in the last 4 years? Robert Jones says, based on the subscription allows you to play online and you get a handful of games each month. Half are PlayStation 4, half are PlayStation 5. To my understanding, this will now be all PlayStation 5 games now. Right. So now they're putting... So 1 more year. They're giving themselves 1 more leeway to offer games. So whatever games come out, let's say whatever came out in 2024, by 2026, the games that came out in 2024 will now be able to put on PlayStation Plus. This announcement would have nothing to do with Astrobot. No, it would, Krebsy. Listen to what I'm saying. They would have to start offering games that are newer. PlayStation 5 has only been out for 4 years. By the time this comes out, it'll be 5 years. So the games that they have to offer are third-party games and first-party games. Right? So to say that they could put Astrobot or their first-party titles on PlayStation Plus, they already do that now, don't they? This is why I was making a comparison for Xbox taking away Skyrim or Game Pass. It'd be the same scenario. No, I don't think so, because we're still talking about third-party games that they're offering. Like, for instance, they're putting like aren't they putting like Red Dead Redemption or something like that now on PlayStation Plus? Right? That's a third-party game, which is a PlayStation 4 title that they're putting on there. Dustin says, it seems like Spider-Man 2 PC port is receiving positive reviews. Well, isn't Nixus, right? Nixus does their stuff. They've been doing pretty solid ports, haven't they? Have they not? It'll be probably just more third-party stuff. Does PlayStation Plus never put their first-party stuff on there? It's only third-party stuff? I ask because I don't have a PlayStation, right? I have a PlayStation 4, but I never turn it on. I'm not part of PlayStation Plus. I mean, I played the shit out of it when I had it and used it. It's very vague, though, what they're saying. It doesn't really... Here. They show what they're, like, revealing this month, right? This month, they're releasing Payday 3, right? Payday 3, High on Life, which is, like, 3 years old, 4 years old. Pac-Man World Repack. That's it, right? So those are the 3 games. Payday 3, what, came out in 2023? So they never do first party titles. First party maybe after a year or two. Well, right. So then Astrobot would be up for that. That's what I'm saying. Astrobot came out in 2024. This is not happening until 2026. So like tail end of 2026, they could put it out. It'll be like 2 years. PlayStation Extra puts some first party stuff on there. Not all of it though. Not day and date. Yeah, I didn't say day and date. I'm not saying anything about day and date. Eclipse says first party stuff is usually the stuff you have to pay for more, likely Game Pass equivalent to PlayStation. Right, the $25, $20 a month, whatever it is. Yeah, so I stand by it. Perhaps he's saying that the Astrobot won't be out there. I think it would. I could see them giving it out for a month for free 2 years later. Doesn't happen until 2026. They might not do it, the free one, but it's going to be up on their service 2 years after, of course. I mean, look, Battlefield went free to play or on PlayStation Plus. It was the most played game that year on PlayStation. It was Saints Row and Battlefield 2042. That's going to be rough because there's not many games that are PlayStation 5 only, unless you're willing to cannibalize sales for several games. But that's why I'm confused, Akuta Papa. That's why I was like, there's not that many games. I was like, well, it's 2026. They're giving themselves another year leeway. I mean, there's plenty of games. There's a lot of third-party games, but PlayStation 5 only. Kind of weird, the way they state it. All right, moving on from that. We got the Xbox quarterly stuff here. Guys, like what I do, we just cover news stories, have conversations, go back and forth. We do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning until noon Eastern. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. We do uploads, live streams, podcasts. Tonight we have a podcast called Generation X Gaming, 8 p.m. Eastern. Come on by for that. So Xbox quarter 2 fiscal year 2025 gaming revenue is down 7% year over year, but Xbox Game Pass still grew. Okay, so Xbox content service revenue is up 2%, even after the gaming revenue declined overall. Well, we know they're not selling consoles. So Microsoft shared details on the company's financial results of quarter 2 fiscal year 2025 on Wednesday, revealing that the game revenue was down 7% year over year for the quarter ending in December 31st, 2025. The quarter did see Xbox content and service revenue up 2%. Imagine not selling stuff, but yet going up, and because it doesn't cost them anything, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it cost them a fraction of the stuff that it would cost them to make the system and then sell that. Okay, to which the company credits growth to Xbox Game Pass. Okay, oh my God, they said growth to Game Pass. What's the numbers? Everyone's like, what's the numbers? Xbox hardware revenue declined 29% year over year. Yeah, they're just not selling, right? Which is fine because they signed a deal with LG and Samsung and Amazon Fire Stick and and whatnot. I'd like to know, how do they keep track of that, right? How do they keep track of that? I guess it would just be people getting Game Pass, right? 2%. We would have to know the numbers that they went on to, you know, if there's a billion Fire Sticks and a million LG television sets and whatever else, and it's 2% increase, and they're not selling consoles, then you would have to know what the 2% of, you could probably figure out and solve for X, but we're not going to do that here. Okay. It says this is the first quarter in the full year not to see a massive year-over-year leap on paper, and that's because Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard King. And the large leap in revenue is provided and now fully normalized in the company's results, with the last large leap being accounted for in Q1 fiscal year 2025. During the earnings call, accompanied by the financial results, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella noted that the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 was the best-selling game of the quarter on Xbox and PlayStation. Okay, while also highlighting the rave reviews for Bethesda Softworks' Machine Games, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which has crossed 4 million players so far after launching in December of 2024. Is that 4 million players that... See, I wish they would clarify this, right? Not that I guess it doesn't matter because you're just playing games, but is that 4 million people that bought it, or is that 4 million people that played it? Because it just says with the crossed 4 million players so far after launching. I don't know. Elsewhere in the company's Microsoft Cloud saw revenue, or Microsoft Cloud saw revenue of $40.9 billion, up 21% year over year, with Microsoft says that driven by the Azure commitments of OpenAI. Overall, Microsoft saw a $69.6 billion in revenue for the quarter, which is operating income of $31.7 billion, is up 17 year over year. Man, Microsoft Cloud saw a revenue of $40.9 billion, 21% year over year. That's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. Okay. So down on hardware sales, up 2% with Game Pass, and then up 21% in the cloud market with the Azure, with AI and whatnot. Xbox Game Pass growth it takes to Call of Duty. We already know that Xbox Game Pass growth is largely thanks to the launch of Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which is an Xbox first-party game. Was included day one with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. It's also interesting to see Indiana Jones and the Great Circle highlighted. The game reached an average of 87 average score on OpenCritic and Metacritic after launch. My own review of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle praised the game's authenticity and fun. Sharing further details in U.S. game sales, analysts from previously noted that the subscription spending was up in October, November, and December, but the gains driven primarily by the Xbox Game Pass, despite being included in the subscription service. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 still ended the year in 2024's best-selling game in the U.S. Just picture that for a second, okay? Call of Duty, still the #1 best-selling game of the year, and it was on Game Pass, and it brought up Game Pass, right? So they got more injection into Game Pass, and they also still sold the most games. It'll be interesting to see what Xbox Game Pass looks like throughout 2025. And if the trend in recent growth continues, the Xbox first-party teams have a stacked lineup and content planned for across Activision Blizzard, Bethesda Softworks, and Xbox Game Studios for the first half of the calendar year. Obsidian is Avowed, Compulsion Games South of Midnight, id Software's Doom of the Dark Ages, slated to roll out across February, April, and May, respectively. They have, and then you have Outer Worlds, right? Later this year, a company launched big games, including Playground Games Fable, Obsidian, The Outer Worlds 2, and edition of Ninja Gaiden 4. Is Fable really coming out this year? I don't know. I have doubts on that. I have doubts on Fable. Maybe it comes out, but I have doubts on it. Okay. The fact that here we are in 2025, and Game Pass is already profitable, right? I mean, yeah, it's only the quarter, but they're up 2%. That number is just going to get bigger and bigger. It's going to get bigger and bigger because more people are coming. Because after the next drops they have in the beginning of this year, people will be like, oh, I'll come in for that. Oh, I'll stay for that. I'll stay for this. Right? And we don't even know what they have after May, right? For the June, July, August type of stuff. Who knows, man? I think it's funny that a lot of people think that Xbox is dead, but yet Xbox is making profit. Yeah, they're not selling consoles. And if you're looking at it and go, well, they're not selling consoles, they're dead. They'll be like, no, we're making profit and we're not selling consoles. That's a big deal, right? That's a big deal. and especially the cloud. Now, obviously, the cloud has nothing to do with the actual like cloud gaming service, but Microsoft Cloud saw a revenue of $40.9 billion, up 21% year over year. Okay, and then driven by the Azure commitments, which we know Azure has things going on with PlayStation. I thought they had one with Nintendo, but they don't, at least that I could find. Okay, but they are teamed up with Sony's using the Azure program as well, and many other things. So Microsoft, again, if you talk about Xbox against PlayStation, you could say that, obviously they're losing. But Microsoft and their division, Xbox is profitable with Game Pass. So Mo says, yes, it is. I hope so, Mo. I hope it comes out and it's done, complete, finished, because we haven't heard anything yet. So if they show it at E3, that means it's coming out in the next 3 to 4 months after that. It'd be interesting when it drops, and if it drops near Grand Theft Auto, it's going to be in trouble. So they got to get it out before that, way before that, if it does come out this year. So hopefully it comes out. All right, let me see what you guys are saying here. Let's see. Robert Jones says, yeah, it's highly dependent on the game, and they gave away Returnal sooner. None of the best sellers until very late. Yeah, that's what I said, about 2 years. In my opinion, Krebsy says, in my opinion, Call of Duty only growing Game Pass 2% ain't good. I mean, it's a profit. It grew 2%. So I don't understand how it's not good when the number goes up. For not looking at what their books were and what they spent and what they were looking for, 2%. I would love if my channel grew 2%. What's 4 million people that downloaded it? It doesn't even mean they played it, I bet. But it doesn't say download. It doesn't say download. It says which crossed 4 million players. So after launching in December, it doesn't say they bought it. It doesn't say they downloaded it. It just says 4 million players, but they don't say sales. Roadkill, and that's what I don't like about when they say stuff like this, right? Which has crossed 4 million players. Okay, it's crossed 4 million players, but did they buy it? They play it? Did they, you know what I mean? Did they get it from Game Pass? They don't say it because it sold everything on PlayStation. This is where all the sales were, most of them, PlayStation, because it sold everything on PlayStation. Yeah. How is? I have a question, Roadkill. How is that a L? How is that an L for Microsoft that the majority of the players playing Call of Duty on PlayStation are giving 70% of that money to Xbox? Tell me with a straight face on a text how that's all L for Microsoft. Because it makes no sense to me. It's like, ha, PlayStation's got all the games we're playing, we're buying it. Okay, tell me how that's a loss for Microsoft. That the majority of the player base on PlayStation is paying Microsoft 70%. Robert Jones says, if you're a COD-only gamer, it's still better to purchase COD rather than Game Pass. Well, sure. You're not going to buy a brand new system, Jones, if you're on PlayStation. You're going to buy it. And that money goes directly to Microsoft's pocket. Mo says, yes, its Playground is a monster. We'll see. They're making a game, Mo, that they've never made before. They make car games. This is the first time they made this. We'll see. Eclipse says all the games announced, and they said that they got more coming. 2026 will be Fable and Gears. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, if Fable comes out, I just hope it's done. Fable's trailer says 2025. The trailer said 2025? Can you send me that trailer? When did they show that trailer? I don't remember seeing the 2025, but then again, I'm not saying it didn't say it. I want to see it. Eclipse says, remember a lot of people in here were saying that Game Pass was going to make the sales for Call of Duty go down. And I guess you were wrong about that. Yeah. yeah. It's still the number one selling game of the year. It might have went down, right? But they also had a 2% increase in Game Pass because of it. That's not including microtransactions or anything like that, right? Xbox giving away Fanta Xbox consoles. I bet you $25 that it goes by downloads, not who played it. It doesn't say that. We don't know that, so we can't. There's nothing to bet on. We can't prove if it's downloads or played. Starfield's trailer said November 2022. Did that happen? They also said these games will release in the next 12 years, and like 6 didn't. Roadkill says, and PlayStation gets 30% for free. They get 30% for free. I mean, they're not getting 30% for free. They're giving away 70%. I mean, sure, I guess you can say they're getting it for free. Don't have to do a market anymore. Anything with the games, all the Xbox games come to PlayStation, and they get 30% for free. Sure. But they got 30% when they didn't own the company. Roadkill. Like, if I owned Call of Duty and I was giving it to PlayStation, they had to give me 70%, but I wasn't their competitor. I was just a guy making software. Now their competitor is making 70%. So you're still getting the same 30%. The difference is that the person that's getting the money now is the competitor, not a provider. Fable official trailer Xbox Showcase 2024. Okay. Let me grab that. Seven months ago. Okay. Coming 2025. Okay. We'll see. We haven't seen anything yet. People are expecting sales to dip because on Game Pass, I'm saying it's still better proposition for some people to buy outright. Well, absolutely. But what I'm saying is that the people, if they're not on the platform, they're still going to buy the game, right? They're still going to buy the game. Like, for instance, right now, if you're a Madden fan, you're going to buy Madden. Most people don't go play EA Play. They just go buy the game. Because if that's their only game they're playing, I said this with Sea of Thieves. If you're on if you're on Xbox and you're only playing Sea of Thieves, it's not worth paying for Game Pass. But if you just play Sea of Thieves, then just buy Sea of Thieves. Argus says Xbox is making more money than ever by putting their games on PlayStation. Easy extra money for basically no extra work. Well, that's what I said, right? Delay. I'm a little concerned that Fable's not coming out in 2025, right? Because even here's my scenario in my head. Okay, let's say Krebsy's prediction for Grand Theft Auto comes out October sometime. Okay, then you also have Call of Duty. Call of Duty also comes out in October, right? You have another Call of Duty coming out. You have the biggest game of a decade coming out with Grand Theft Auto 6. Fable comes out. If they don't get Fable out in July or August, it's done. It's not going to succeed. They might as well push it back to the following year. Because if you come into September, you might be too close and people are not going to buy it or whatever. Then October's done, right? And then you got the holiday season. It could pick up afterwards, but it all depends on what Grand Theft Auto is. You want to keep your game as far away from Grand Theft Auto as possible. What I think is funny, though, Roadkill, you're saying that they're giving away 30% for free. And all the games are not coming. They've said it, okay? There's games coming, but not all games are coming. And then on top of that, okay, there's microtransactions. You don't think that the 30% that they're giving to PlayStation, they get 70% of each microtransactions as well. I don't know if you know how this works, but the pie chart, The greater than less than is more money is going to your competitor than it is going to your own thing. Hence, Sony was upset about this during the FTC, saying that it would kill the market because they would be paying their competition. Dolphin says, didn't Gears trailer say 2025? I don't remember that either. I don't remember that. I also wonder if it's included with Warzone numbers. They didn't give numbers. They just said it was the best-selling game. Warzone, you're not selling. Warzone's a free-to-play thing. The reason I think 2% is low, COD is the biggest game in the market, and if 35 million subs, that means like 700,000 joined. And in my opinion, 700K for COD is low. I expect like 1.5 mil. I get what you're saying, Krebsy, but your projection and what the actual projections are, I mean, I understand that you're saying you think it's low, but for them to get, if there is 700,000 people coming in for just COD, how many people after they stop playing COD stay on? We don't know that number. You know what I'm saying? This is why I don't like conversations like this. I mean, obviously, it's all speculation. We don't know the numbers. There's no numbers. No numbers were given besides the 2%, right? And the highest selling game. But we don't know the numbers. Go to General. All right. Oh, is that Transformers? Nice. That's what Hasbro's doing now, huh? They're just putting everything over. They're like, yeah, do this. We're not going to make a game. Robert Jones says, until Fable launches, it's just a Fable. That's 5 points. 5 points for Robert Jones. That's 5 points for Robert Jones. Why not September? GTA 5 launched a month for PlayStation 3, 360. Why not September? GTA 5 launched a month for whatever it is, Titan. I said based off of what Krebsy said October. Whenever it launches, what I'm saying is you have to get your game, regardless of whatever month it is that you want to put, whatever hypothetical month you want to put. If you're putting Fable, you got to get it months before. You can't put it a couple weeks before, right? Before that big game comes out. And I think this is why they haven't announced it yet. And they say 2025, which is fine. Redfall came out, and that wasn't complete. So, look, all I'm asking for is a complete game when it comes out, right? Don't force it out if it's not done. That's all I'm saying. Mo's just here blindly saying, if Fable's coming out this year, cool. I want it to come out as long as it's good. And give it time to breathe. Don't put it out where it's going to ruin itself against the other games. Let's see. August says 30% is great and all, but PlayStation was already getting that. That's what I'm saying. They were already getting that from the people that were making it before. Owned by Xbox, they're coming to PlayStation already. Were coming to PlayStation, so it's not a real add-on, right? It was already there. They already guaranteed that money. One month is all GTA needs. It's mid as fuck. That is the most ridiculous thing you've said, Mo. Regardless if you hate the game or not, to not think that Grand Theft Auto is not a juggernaut. There's no other game that comes even close to it. It's sold over 200 million copies. The online has been solid for 10 years. The game has sold 20 million copies basically every year it's been out. For you to say it's mid, cool. But facts are facts. The game's going to come out, and it's going to change the landscape of where people land their games because of it. This is true. %30 of all Microsoft are going to Microsoft as well. High Double says, I wonder if they're ever going to make a Halo 6. I have yet to play Halo Infinite, though I should give it a try. We're playing it right now. We played it last night. We continued through the campaign last night. I'm having fun. It's a little bit empty. I'm enjoying it playing with Akuda Papa and Sarge, but the game itself, I'm just like, it's a lot of like interiors and stuff. It's always been that way, but it just feels like a big open gap. Shoot 2 people, and then there's a button to push. Yes, but you can't play Warzone without launching Black Ops 6. Yeah, but you can have the launcher, can't you, without buying the game, Jones? Mo says, Mike, that's like me being a rival store, coming to your store and stealing all your customers with my product, all the while promoting, if you join my service, you don't have to pay this much. Yeah, the situation has changed for Sony, but now Xbox is profiting from COD. Right. That's a huge difference than Activision taking 70%. Activision didn't make competitive hardware and not competing for space. You know what I mean? Mo, do you have this on copy and paste, or do you like? I hope you have this in a Word document, and then you just like copy and paste it, because I can't imagine you typing this every single day. Mo says if you build it. Wait, hold on. When Mo speaks, we gotta. If you build it, it will come. Might not be right away, but if you build it, it will come eventually. It will get tried for paying it for Xbox games, or all the way for paying for it anyway. Yeah. Argus says Xbox is profiting from every game on PlayStation that's all from the company its own, all the Fallouts of Elder Scrolls, all the CODs, the Diablos, and plenty more. Yeah, there's a shit ton they're making. Why would Microsoft release Fable and Outer Worlds 2, two RPGs on top of each other, both for World need to compete with the GTA? That's what I'm saying, Krebsy. I just like they could push it back, right? I mean, look, Avowed was supposed to come out in 2024. They pushed it back to 2025 to help your back catalog, right? All I'm saying is Fable, if it doesn't come out before, whenever GTA announces, if it doesn't come out before, you better just delay it till the following year. Kyle says, calling GTA mid is just edgy. Just want to be cool by liking it, what's popular. Yeah. Mo's like the hybrid Travis. Because Mo's only that way if it's we're talking about console wars. Eclipse says, people need to stop making open world games. I'm tired of it. I'm playing Metal Gear Solid 5. It's fun, but damn, I hate the open world. That's the way I feel, Eclipse, about Assassin's Creed games. That's why I'm just like, I'm good. I'm good. The only reason I played Outlaws is because I'm a Star Wars fan. If Outlaws was generic name here, I would never touch it. Right? We're going to give Eternal Stride, whatever, a shot. But if that's another game that's just like open world and all this stuff, I don't know if I'm going to put out all the time. I might just beeline the main story. Mo says, Mike, to be honest, I think that's what they're doing, are going to do anyway. Mo, what are you talking about now? You're talking about Fable's going to get pushed back to 2026? I'm gonna start putting you in the category of always trolling, because you fuck around so much. I can't tell if you're truthful or not. I could go for an open world game called GTA 6. Right. It all depends on what the brand is, Rebsy. Right? I'm more hyped for Monster Hunter Wilds than GTA 6 at this point. I am not hyped up for Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter might sneak up on me, but right now I'm not excited for it. Mo says, I really don't like GTA, like I never have. So this is why it's mid to me. I ain't on Game Pass, so I will not be playing it at all, guaranteed. Great. 200 million other people. Well, technically it's not 200 million. I owned it 3 times. Once on the old system, once on PC, and once on the new system. I liked it when I played it, Krebsy. I thought the combat for Wilds was pretty good. I do like Worlds better. I think Wilds is going to sell a lot. It's going to sell. I think it's going to sell 15 mil, 12 to 15 mil, easy. Dolphin says, according to Lono, there's going to be a GTA trailer today. I doubt it. I mean, okay. If there's one today, then we'll talk about it tonight on GXG. I'm not gonna hold my breath though. What? Why do people think it's today? Was there a guy like scratching his finger, holding up 3 fingers, and his eyeball was the 0, and he was like, well, you saw the 3 fingers, and that's 3, and then the eyeball is the 0, and if you take one guy and the 3 next to his eye, the eye makes the 30, and it's January 30th. Like, is that what they did? I believe it's when they said the industry is waiting for GTA date. Okay. Each in a Thursday. Each in a Thursday? Well, every Thursday? Everyone thinks every Thursday they're gonna. I don't get it. I look, when it happens, it happens. We just go to Twitter and watch the video. Are we really like making like these virtual lines to wait for a trailer to drop? Akuta Papa says 30. Nah, it was some woman in a tent with a crystal ball. Read your other chat. All right, hold on. That's a new rumor since GTA 5 and Red Dead 2 trailers came out at the same at this time. Like they initially came out on January 30th. Is that true? A new rumor since GTA 5 and Red Dead 2 trailer came out at this time. They know the date? Hold on. I got to look this up. Hold on. Red Dead Redemption or Redemption 2? 2 official trailer. There's a launch trailer for Redemption 2 that happened on October 20th. Let's see. Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare official PC, Red Dead Redemption movie trailer, Red Dead Redemption official PC reveal trailer. I don't see the date. Here, I'll go to Rockstar. We'll go to this YouTube channel for a second. All right, let me go to Rockstar's channel. Let's go to videos. $29 videos of Red Dead Redemption. The first, that's Red Dead Redemption Halloween Pass. The original trailer, 8 years ago, October 20th, is when that first trailer showed. I'm confused. Right? So let me read your thing again. A new rumor since GTA 5 and Red Dead 2 trailers came out at the same time. Like, trailer 1 came out in October. Trailer 2, 7 years ago on September 28th, 2017. That doesn't make sense. Oh, October 20th of 2016. The second trailer came out September 28th, 2017. Trailer 3 came out May 2nd of 2018. I'm just confused. Rockstar and 2K ain't getting a kick out of this shit. I think it was also the thing that announced their release dates. I mean, I'm just confused on, people saying that Red Dead Redemption trailer 1, 2, or 3 never came out on January 30th. It makes no sense. I honestly, it's like if I did this and people are like, "Are in the eyeball?" You see that? It's gross. Like it's like I don't know what they're doing. Not the exact date, but at this time on Thursday. Okay. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. We're doing this. We're going down. We're going down the fucking rabbit hole.
Oh, where I land, I do not know. But here I fall down the rabbit's hole.
Okay. May 2nd. Okay. Was a month. Well, I'm sorry, not May 2nd. We have the very first day. Yeah, May 2nd, 2018 is a Monday. Well, that's 2016. Sorry. Wrong date. Let me put in. Hold on. Let me check. It's a Wednesday. So May 2nd of 2018, where the third trailer came out, was a Wednesday. Okay. Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer, which was September 28th, 2017. Okay, let's watch. Let's see what that one is. That's a Thursday. Okay, but we've already shattered the it came out on Thursday type of thing. Okay, because the first one that we did, the third trailer. So the second trailer came out on a Thursday. Maybe. Okay, so the first trailer came out on October 20th, 2016, and that is a Thursday as well. So 2 Thursdays and a Monday. So we got a 2/3 chance that it happens just based off of Red Dead Redemption 2. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is what I'm talking about. Only Rockstar fans do this to themselves. It might happen, but if it doesn't, it's the guy on the side of the road is the world is ending, and if it doesn't end today, he'll come back tomorrow and hold up the same sign. We haven't done the Overwatch story yet. We haven't done the Overwatch story yet. We're going down the rabbit hole here. Okay. That's what I saw on Twitter. I think it's based on the days they announced the game's release dates, not the trailers. Kylo, the way the Rockstar fans move the goalposts, man, to make it align for them is amazing. Rebsy says on January 31st, 2013, Rockstar announced the release date of GTA 5 on September 17th, 2013. People are just farming views for bogus waiting rooms. It's crazy. Crazy. And Grand Theft Auto fans are another breed. Look, I like the passion, Eclipse. I do. I like the passion. It's just so funny. Like the way they make I like it. They like circle things in a picture. They'll show you like it was wearing blue, and blue starts with this and this. This is like the full moon. The full moon is on this day, and this day is this. And it's like, yay. Robert Jones says GTA trailer will release on a day. Let me see if I can feel it out. I can feel it out. Hold on. See. Because I could pick. I'm gonna look at a calendar right now, right? I'm gonna look at a calendar right now, and let's see. I'm just gonna pick a Thursday, right? We have the best chances on a Thursday. Okay, one was in October, one was in September. Okay, one was in May. I think it's about 6 months in advance. So if we think in October, I'm gonna say April 10th. April 10th is a Thursday, is it not? April 8th is a Tuesday. April 10th is a Thursday. I will say April 10th, based on nothing whatsoever. Just because they said on Thursday, that's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with. Trailer 2 will be on April 8th. So I say the 10th. Krebsy says the 8th. We'll see. I have better stats, Krebsy, because I have 2/3 are on Thursday. I found Minecraft teas more interesting. Dolphin says, just like the quest that GTA 5 fans were trying to solve for 10 years, then the dev told them it was a fake quest. They came out and said, yeah, that was just the DLCs that were supposed to come in. I believe that Easter egg got scrapped because they planned on having a single player DLC, but they never did it. Right. It was just the DLCs. We'll see. I mean, I would rather have Phoenix Labs take away my Dauntless than wait to follow things that don't come for fruition. At least they're taking something away and they're action at it. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, we just took all your stuff. Like, all right, at least you did something. Like sitting around waiting for stuff. Like, think about this, right? I get people are hyped, but if the trailer does drop, then we just talk about it at that time. And if it doesn't drop, we move on with our lives. We just move on. All right. Let's go to the last topic today. Overwatch 2. Everyone loves Overwatch 2. Said nobody. Okay. Overwatch 2. Guys like what we do here. We cover news stories, have conversations, go back and forth with you guys in chat, have a good time. If you like it, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. Okay. So Overwatch 2 prepares to share groundbreaking PvP gameplay changes. And players can't decide whether this means they're getting 6v6 back or skill trees. Okay. These people I feel sorry for. I feel sorry for Overwatch. I feel sorry for Overwatch players, fans. I do. My heart goes out to you because you loved Overwatch, right? You loved Overwatch. Okay. And you thought that Blizzard was going to tell you that it's all happening in Overwatch 2. We're going to have that PvE that you're doing. Yeah. And you're like, yeah, we're getting it. Woo. We're like, yeah. Everyone's cheering. They're like, yeah. All right. And then none of it happened. None of it happened. They lied to you straight to your face. Right? You're like the Rockstar fans right now, waiting for the trailer to drop. Yep. Oh, I like it, Kylo. I like it. The Rockstar trailer will release at 1:30. Today is 1:30. I like it. I like the. All right, so they don't know if the skill trees are coming or if it's a PvP update. It says things have been a little quiet for Overwatch 2 over the last couple of months. Despite having the 14th season, releasing to new mythic weapons and hero skins, and hosting a couple of 6v6 tests, it hasn't really been able to compete with the hype surrounding Marvel Rivals. But apparently Blizzard has an ace up their sleeve. Is it called game development? Is it called game development? Okay. In 2025, Overwatch 2 is going to pack with groundbreaking changes, to PvP experience, and it will be unlikely anything you've ever seen before. I love this. You know what? Overwatch fans, you could write a letter to NetEase and say, thank you, NetEase, for making Marvel Rivals. Because you made Marvel Rivals, Overwatch and Blizzard is finally getting off their asses, and they're actually going to compete. Okay? But I love the terminology. I love the terminology, right? Groundbreaking. It's going to be the groundbreaking change to PvP experience that we've ever, unlikely anything you've ever seen before. I love what does that mean? Okay. But it's going to take more than a blog or developer update to let you know what they have coming this year. Now, Blizzard is planning to host a live stream event on February 12th on its YouTube and Twitch channel. You better hope that that GTA doesn't drop a trailer on that day, Overwatch. I'm just saying. Okay. Spotlight in this, and there's also show off some new heroes, maps, and more content they'll be releasing over the rest of the year. If you tune into the stream, you'll also be able to pick up Lucio's Cyber DJ's legendary skin, and it's also exclusive drop, but you'll also have to watch an hour of the creator's streams before you can claim this prize. Wouldn't it be hilarious? How funny would it be, chat, if Blizzard comes out and announces heroes, but they add more than one hero in a season. Man, would that be good, right? I would laugh my ass off, because you have to know then, as an Overwatch fan, as a gamer, as a person that loves Blizzard games, you would be like, why didn't you do this before the Marvel Rivals came out? Because competition makes business better. Okay, because of Marvel Rivals, Overwatch might actually do something now. Okay, so it says groundbreaking PvP gameplay changes coming. Watch Overwatch 2 Spotlight on February 12th, unless the GTA trailer drops on the same day. Okay, Overwatch 2 players are already trying to theorize. Here we go. Get in line with the Rockstar guys. That it would mean, despite Blizzard teasing that the new features are unlikely anything you've seen before, some people still think that it could mean a 6v6. We finally make it an official comeback. Why would it be like something you've never seen before, 6v6, which was in Overwatch before, is coming back, and that's something you've never seen before? Is that because they're play on words, because it was in Overwatch 2 and they didn't have 6v6? That'd be stupid as hell. Okay? It was the best Overwatch since the sequel came out, and actually had a good time. Last year, Blizzard announced that Overwatch 2 would be getting some 6v6 tests. Okay, Overwatch 2 game director Aaron Keller even said it depends on the results of the tests. The 6v6 could become a viable option for Overwatch 2's future. Yeah, well, let me tell you what he's actually telling you. What actual Aaron here is saying is that yeah, it's a viable option because we have to compete with Marvel Rivals now, and if we don't have 6v6, well then we're fucked. So yeah, we have to make this a viable product, a viable option. Okay, it says, quote, we would reflect carefully. Hold on one second. We would reflect carefully on the learnings from whatever tests we run to explore how best give players what's been asked for, Keller says. Whether it's world of 5v5 or 6v6 or even both, it's for the future of us to figure out. Okay, so it's possible that 6v6 has a shot, especially as Blizzard announced that the limited time tests were so popular, it decided to extend them so players could enjoy it even longer. Oh, thank you so much for doing us so many favors. Okay, what he's actually saying here, so it's possible. No, it is. You're going to make 6v6 because you have to compete. Okay, so while I wouldn't say it's an announcement concerning 6v6, it's out of the question for a live stream. I think it would be preferred, us to get something on the ballpark of talented system. Okay, way back when Blizzard was promising a whole lot host of a new traits and features of Overwatch 2 release, one of the new concepts included skill trees and hero traits, as well as new role passives. Okay, one of the presentations at Blizzard 2021 even showed off a new system that would let players evolve hero abilities through a skill tree into a new diverse traits. Now, quote, the talent system really deep and rich. So rich and deep that they got rid of it. Keller said during BlizzCon 2021, every single hero has different trees. You may open up Soldier 76 tree as you're leveling and picking new talents, and you're starting to feel your hero change. Well, wouldn't this be funny? Let's just say that Overwatch, and again, my theory is that Overwatch was working on this, and we know that Marvel Rivals was working about 4 to 5 years to get where it is today. Okay, I feel that Overwatch knew what NetEase was working on, and they decided to change and focus on making the changes they need to make to go compete against PvP stuff, right? Because now they actually have a competitor. So they dropped the PvE stuff. Now they're going back to the 6v6, so now they can compete, right? They're probably going to add more heroes than they probably wanted to get those out, okay? Then on top of that, I feel like they are going to put this skill system in, but it doesn't matter if they do. Because there's a competitor now, okay, Marvel Rivals will see what they do, and they'll turn around it faster. Okay, they'll turn around it faster and then make the same skill type of stuff, because we know they're not afraid to just rip it out of that game and put it and make it their own in Marvel. Okay, we know that's a thing. Okay, so I think if they do come out with the skill trees and the PvE, that's great for Overwatch because that's what they promised, right? It says that's what we promised back in 2021. Okay, but if they do come out with a single player skill tree or some sort of PvE event type of stuff, Marvel Rivals just rip that out of there and make it into their own, and it'll do better over there. Why? Because fundamentally, people like those characters better than the characters you're making over on Overwatch. Okay? So it says, while this idea would latter be scrapped along, excuse me, laddered scrap alongside promise of PvE, we did get a taste of what it would be like via year's Junkenstein's event. This offered players a new game mode that introduced a new skill tree and select number of heroes. It was a ton of fun, and I loved how it could also customize a hero's abilities and suit different fights and team styles. I would also love to see incorporate Overwatch 2 more seriously, even if it's only through a recruiting arcade mode. Whatever these big changes turn out to be, I really hope that it's also significant as Blizzard is hinted at them at being Overwatch 2 needs to adapt and evolve, and if it's to compete against some other big releases like Marvel Rivals, which has managed to pull in a ton of players, including my friends and I, away from Overwatch 2. That's right. You need competition. If you don't have competition, you get stale. If it gets stale, they do what they want, right? So again, start typing away. Thanks, NetEase. Thanks, Marvel, for making Marvel Rivals, because now Overwatch is probably, maybe, not sure, maybe they'll actually do something for the player base. But I honestly think that Blizzard is ready to hold its own against some of the newer editions of the hero shooter genre. I got sent a survey to complete recently, and says, while I did kind of feel like clinging on to X asking me where we all went wrong, it was also seemed like Blizzard was serious about taking a response on the board and using them to get better feeling of community sentiment. Well, of course, they sat back. They were like, oh, man, all that money we're making from Overwatch? Yeah, let's just make Overwatch 2. We'll make more money. And then we'll just sell the stuff like that. That's cool, right? Yeah. We're like, huh? What is that? That's a game just like ours? Those bastards stole it from us. And now they're like, now we got to go back to work. That's what's happening right now. Basically, Blizzard is the American government, right? That wasn't working at sitting home with the little mouse clickers. And now they have to go back to work to compete in the gaming space. Okay. So while it's also better than we get hopes up too high about the upcoming live stream, I'm going to get into it with a little bit of a hope of Overwatch 2 is kicking things up in the gear, and we won't just go out lying down. Hopefully that's what they do. Hopefully they actually come in with the 6v6 again, which I think they will. I hope they come in with the PvE game mode, which I think they should do. They should stick to what they said originally, which was promising a PvE game mode that their consumers asked for years. 4 years. And they came out in 2021 and promised to do this, and then they broke that promise. Well, now here you are. Not until your basically livelihood is on the ropes here, okay? Where you're going to now have an actual competition, and you're losing, hemorrhaging players left and right, and you're like, it's just a fling. It's not being a fling. More and more people are flying over to Marvel Rivals. Less and less people are playing. You have like a 67% drop or whatever it is, okay, for Overwatch. You're in a death spiral right now, and you got to pull out of it, right? But these are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments section down below. What do you think about Overwatch 2? Do you think this is good news? Do you think this is bad news? Do you think this is just a Hail Mary that, well, they have to do this, otherwise they're done? Let me know in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe, and if you like what I do here, check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching. I just saw what you said. I'm going to scroll back up, but Robert says, one way or another, 30 is getting his hero shooter PvE. That's right. One of them is going to do it. I prefer Marvel Rivals, but whatever. Mo says, Mike, it's Xbox has third-party direct in March. That would, what would you like to see? If they have a thing in March, to answer your question, if they have a thing in March, they have to show Fable, and they got to get Fable out just like they showed Doom and said like May. If it's in March, you got April, May, June, July, August. So I would say between June and July, that's when you announce Fable to get out the door. If they don't announce it, then I would say they have problems. And that's when Fable gets pushed back. Kraken says Overwatch is going to get the equivalent of what Diablo 4 gets in updates: mediocre, lazy, lackluster slop. I mean, that sounds about right, Kraken. I do not disagree with you in any way, shape, or form. This is what they'll do. They'll be like, we're coming out. This is what they do. On February 12th, they're going to come out and tell you that we have new heroes. It's going to be the first time we're ever dropping 2 heroes in a season. But that season will be at the end of the year because they haven't made that yet. They haven't made that character yet. They're just going to show you a picture and what they are. But you won't be able to get that until like 8 months down the road. That's what they're going to do, Kraken. Robert Jones says, because fuck you, that's why. Argus says, Overwatch was better on launch. And then it went down because they had no competition. Catering to competitive mode on change. Argus says, catering to competitive modes on changes were the worst thing that they ever did to make the absolute joy killer. Marvel Rivals has to be careful with that. I know a lot of people are still talking about, oh, they got to make this, they got to make it where it's competitive. Do not chase the competitive scene. Do not. You can make it competitive, just don't chase the competitive scene. Because if you base your whole game around the competitive scene, you got to go all in. And if you go all in, you're not going to make the money on your free to play game over here as you like. Okay, you're going to have to start getting in ad revenue or sponsorships, people buying teams and whatnot. That's what you have to do. Selling your license out to people, which is going to be a lot less money than if you just had a player base spending casual money coming in. There's a lot more money going out if you do competitive. If not, then why does Overwatch collapse with their competitive scene? Which one reason is Marvel Rivals is 1,000 times better already with the only months of being out? Kuda Papa says, personally, I kind of think Rivals murdered Overwatch. Not sure if it will come back. It will still be there, but now at least they got the paddles out, Okuda, right? They're like, clear, and they're reviving Overwatch, and Overwatch is like, oh, we got to compete. We got to do something, right? They can sit down and just relax, but they'll be dead. But at least if they compete, at least that's good for the player base for Overwatch, right? Kylo says, Microsoft punch in the air, wishing they only bought Activision and King. They're making good money off of them. I don't think Overwatch can make a comeback personally. Marvel is just such a recognizable brand where the character doesn't even have to be good and popular with people. We're only Overwatch characters. I agree with that. I've said that in the past, Argus, but like I said, I think they can make a comeback because, not a comeback to overtake it again, but what I'm saying is that they can make a comeback because they were so just nonchalant, like there was no competition with them, and they just thought they could do whatever. And then all of a sudden, now they got a clone that came by, and it just completely pulled the rug out from underneath them, and they're like, well, we got to do something. Right? And they're getting a 1-2 punch. Not only are they getting hit with Overwatch, okay, but now they got Diablo getting hit with Path of Exile. Kyle says, FYI, Alan Wake Remaster is free on Xbox right now, if anyone is interested. Oh, that's cool. He says, at least Blizzard has WoW. No competitors coming as now. But also Death Throne sometime. There's plenty of MMOs coming out, though, right? Who knows? He says, more Overwatch news. Overwatch 2 players demand refunds as new paid skin made free after less than a day. Oh, my God. They are hurting. They are hurting. They need to get their shit together. I think Fable getting a June direct like COD last year. Let's see. I believe this is just for you, deal, if it's a hit or miss. Oh, it might be a deal. Okay, I see. Yeah, Xbox does that. I got like a 99% discount on one, and then when I went to my son's, he didn't have it. Thanks. Shroud already trying to make a competitive team. That's fine. They can make a competitive team. What I'm saying is NetEase can't go the competitive thing, right? If people want to start making competitive teams, but NetEase is not in it, you could use their game, right? You could get the license and make a organization, whatever you want. But if NetEase goes into that, that's going to be a problem, Eclipse. Marvel Rivals devs will also be willing to do as much more with the game of Overwatch devs. Marvel Rivals will also always be able to outcompete with them because of this. Sure. Has everyone got their Star-Lord skins yet? Oh, is that on Twitch Watch Eclipse, or is that something else from the game you're talking about? Talking about a Twitch drop, or are you talking about the actual event that's going on? I played the event once. I'm not a big fan of the soccer thing. All right. A lot of stuff we talked about today. A lot of stuff. Overwatch is going down like the Blackhawk. That too soon, I think, Krebsy, right? Too soon? We talked about that last night a little bit. I looked up some stuff. The flight path of that thing, that helicopter flew in. I'm not going to talk about it anymore because last night our stream got messed up. I don't know if it was conspiracy or not, but we started talking about it and then it went green. Robert Jones says, I have a goofball theory that GTA 6 has been finished for a year, but they're now taking bribes from other devs manipulating the release date. Nice tinfoil hat thing there. Kylo says, like I said, just for you, deal mine is 30 as well. Guess this goes based off of the recent purchases. Let's see. The game event. No, I don't have that yet. Yeah, the Battlefield helicopter. That's right. The Battlefield helicopter. Yeah, we were talking about that. Yep, that's exactly right. Yeah. So it says, imagine if DC brings in their own Overwatch game as well. We talked about that. I was like, why wouldn't they, right? Like, how cool would that be? If you're a DC fan, why wouldn't you play a game like Overwatch or Marvel Rivals with DC characters? All right, we're going down the Twitter sphere here. Looking at some Twitter feeds. Spider-Man 2 port is being praised for forgiving system requirements. Okay. PlayStation 5 classic themes are leaving, but they might return soon. Windows Central Gaming, we rewarded Stalker 2 our best PC game of 2024, and now you can get it for $35 for a limited time with CD keys. New World's got a update? Are they updating a map or something? Are they showing a new map? Path of Exile community is losing it over the news that next expansion has been delayed because Path of Exile 2. I need to make peace with myself and let go of the burden. So Path of Exile community is losing their minds because expansion for Path of Exile, the original Path of Exile, okay, 1 is being delayed because of Path of Exile 2. This is when you know. This is when you know the game sold so well, guys. The game sold so well that Dragon Age Veilguard drops to just $25 at Amazon. I mean, look, people are just buying it left and right. So many people are buying it. They're like, you know what? Let's sell it. Let's sell it for cheaper because it's beloved by so many. Krebsy says, rumor Multiverses Season 5 may be the end of the game. Well, if that's true, Krebsy, I wonder why they didn't succeed. I wonder why it didn't succeed. Could it be that because they're not putting as many characters in as possible, making it fun, putting a PvE game mode in there for people to play? Let me see here. Battlefield 2042 has got an update. 11 Labs, the hot AI audio startup, confirms $180 million in Series C funding at a $3.3 billion evaluation.
Hashtags trending, the tea's been spilled. Memes so fresh, the caffeine fueled thrills. I've read so long, I've lost my way, but it's all good.
Summer Game Fest starts June 6th. Healy announced it. Come on, Luke. Battlefield 1 last night. You enjoyed Battlefield 1 last night? I love that game, man. I love it. What else we got? Aliens in review. Aliens in review. Every Alien and Predator movie ranked. Oh, no. What else do we got? I think that's it. I can't show that. It's funny, so. Sneak peek at Albion Journey new category. So they have that. They put the new skin of Spider-Man into Marvel Rivals. I like this meme. This is a good meme. Right? The best. A free game. Okay. It could run on a 6-year-old computer. Yeah. No microtransactions. What? Great replayability. That's great. That's a good one. Robert Jones says, what would Battlefield need to do for you to buy it in the first month? It would need to make a game, sell a game, Jones. First, if it's modern or not, as long as it's Battlefield, check. Okay? If it doesn't have stupid hero classes, check. If it actually has maps that are complete, that actually has cover, and they don't have to fix it over the next 8 to 12 months, check. Let's see. If it's just Battlefield, if it's fun, right? If they add up a little bit, where they could take the what they did in Battlefield 5 with the building and whatnot, check. Right? Just make a Battlefield game. Eclipse says they made it where you stop playing multiverses. They changed how you got the characters, and I do not like it at all. You don't have a currency anymore. You pretty much have to level up the trees. Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah. I stopped playing. Did you talk about the Helldivers CEO taking a sabbatical? Nope. We'll probably talk about that tonight in GXG. Probably not, though. It's just a, whatever it is. The guy has been working on the game for, 11 years, 15 years, or whatever it is? I've talked about that with other people in the past. Just like artists like to move on. They don't want to work on one thing for that long. Oh, a scoreboard, Jones. I forgot. A scoreboard. Can we have a scoreboard at launch? Like, whoa. Complete at launch? You're asking way too much from them. I mean, they got 4 studios. 4. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. 4 studios working on Battlefield's next game. Not 1, not 2, not 3. Like a Fifth Element. 4 stones, 4 crates. 0 stones, 0 crates. Okay? Yeah, 4 studios working on Battlefield. If it comes out and it's broke, buggy, in any way, shape, or form, done. Done. All hands are on deck. All 4 studios are making one game. If this game comes out and they have to be like, we got to update, one of the maps is missing cover. F you. F you. You already know that Battlefield will be Fortnite. Swear to God. Look, Rockstar, they did it, guys. They did it. They dropped something new today. They dropped it. Here it is. Rockstar Games. Time to upshift, avoid high-speed collisions, and power the victory of drag racing, dishing out 2 times GTA money in RP this week, plus 3 times LS car meet rep, 2 times GTA money, auto shop, client jobs, and more through February 5th. There it is. They dropped it. That was 2 hours ago. I don't know. So many people still play that thing. Uh-oh, IGN. In our final hands-on preview of Dune Awakening, we found a combination of solid mechanics that put a twist on usual scenarios and deep obsession with the work. Okay, strengthens the world building beyond the abilities of most narrative designs. All right, well, did they give a let me see, did they have a final preview? What did they give the preview? No, they didn't give a score because it's not a review. Maybe we'll talk about this tonight. Maybe we'll read this tonight. Let me grab that. Put that in our Discord. It's just, there's just so much news. It always happens. It's fantastic. We talk about the smallest stories possible sometimes, but it doesn't matter. All right. That, I think, is going to do it for us today. So before you guys leave, if you haven't done this already, make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button. We do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning until noon Eastern. I do appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out with us each and every single day. Watch some of our past videos, uploads, live shows, gameplay, podcasts, whatever it is. Okay. I'm screaming over the smash that like. Okay. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. I'll be back, like I said, 8 p.m. tonight for GXG. You guys have a great rest of your day, afternoon, evening, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Don't delay. It's the fuel to keep us on our way. Smash that like, make it glow. Hit the button, let the world know. Oh, it's your moment to shine. Be the reason this channel climbs. Yeah. Hit it loud, hit it proud. Join the party, stand out in the crowd. Like, it's time to play. Let's make magic in a brand new way. Smash that like, come be the spark. Light it up and leave your mark. So scroll no more, make it count. Every click adds up, no doubt. Smash that like, let's start the show. Thank you, fam, for the love you show.